Forget the damn fox. What if Naruto's darkness wasn't a beast, but the soul of the black wizard, Zeref? Imagine the Anxaram curse wreaking absolute havoc in the ninja world. I've always felt Naruto's isolation hit different, but today, shit gets real. Death magic meets chakra. Let's rewrite history.
The gates of Konoha hung broken and twisted, metal warped like paper, wood splintered into 1,000 jagged fragments scattered across blood-soaked earth. Smoke rose in thick black columns from burning buildings. Screaming civilians fled through streets littered with bodies, and the clash of steel on steel echoed through the devastated village like a funeral dirge. Sand Ninja cut down Ambu operatives with ruthless efficiency, while Sound Ninja laughed, their faces twisted with savage glee as they set fire to homes and shops. This was Orochimaru's invasion, his grand declaration of war against the Hidden Leaf, and Konoha was losing. Sasuke Uchiha crouched on a rooftop overlooking the main street, his Sharingan spinning as he tracked 3 Sound Jonin cornering a group of academy students. His hands crackled with lightning chakra, Chidori forming in his palm, but he was exhausted. He'd been fighting for hours. The curse mark on his neck throbbed with dark power, whispering promises of strength if he'd just give in, but Kakashi's warnings echoed in his mind. "Damn it," Sasuke hissed, preparing to leap down anyway. Those kids would die if he didn't act. Then he appeared. A figure walked through the shattered gates like death itself had taken human form. Black tattered cloak that seemed to absorb light, hood pulled low over a face shrouded in shadow. On his back, strapped with crude leather bindings, a massive crystal pulsed with soft golden light, illuminating the silhouette of a girl frozen inside, eyes closed, expression peaceful, suspended in eternal sleep. But it wasn't the crystal that made Sasuke's blood run cold. It was the death that followed him. Each footstep left grass withered and blackened. Flowers within a 5-meter radius are out instantly, their petals turning to ash. A butterfly fluttered too close and dropped from the air, its wings crumbling before it hit the ground. The very earth beneath his feet cracked and grayed, life bleeding away like water through a sieve. A wave of wrongness rippled through the air, making Sasuke's Sharingan burn with strain trying to comprehend what it was seeing. The figure's eyes, visible now beneath the hood, glowed with faint black energy, empty and dead as a doll's glass stare. No hatred, no anger, nothing. An absolute void where humanity should be. A Sound Jonin noticed him and laughed. "Look at this. Some brat thinks he can play hero." He charged, kunai raised, killing intent flooding the air. "Die!" The figure didn't even look at him. His lips moved, voice flat and emotionless. Death orb. Whoosh sphere of pure black energy materialized in the air between them, no larger than a fist. It pulsed once. The Sound Jonin's eyes widened. His mouth opened to scream, but no sound emerged. His body turned gray, then black, flesh peeling away in layers of ash. His bones crumbled to powder. His weapons dissolved. In less than 3 seconds, there was nothing left but a crater of dead earth where he'd been standing, the ground itself killed by the magic. The other Sound Ninja froze in terror. The figure walked forward, his voice carrying despite its quiet tone. "Leave. This village is under my protection." "Who the hell are you?" Another Sound Jonin screamed. The figure tilted his head slightly. "I used to have a name. It doesn't matter anymore." He raised one hand, fingers splayed. Death wave. A pulse of black energy exploded outward in a circular wave, moving at incredible speed. Every Sound and Sand Ninja within 100 meters dropped. Their bodies didn't explode or burn, they simply stopped. Life extinguished like candle flames in a hurricane. One moment they were alive, the next they were corpses, eyes wide and empty, skin turning ashen gray. The academy students huddled together, crying, but untouched. The wave had passed around them with surgical precision. Sasuke stood transfixed on the rooftop, his Sharingan spinning wildly. What the hell is that power?" His voice cracked. This wasn't ninjutsu. This wasn't genjutsu. His Sharingan couldn't even properly see the technique's mechanics. It was like trying to comprehend a color that didn't exist. The figure in black stopped in the middle of the street, surrounded by a circle of corpses and dead earth. He looked up, and for just a moment his eyes met Sasuke's. Recognition flickered in those dead eyes. "Sasuke Uchiha," the figure said softly. You've grown. Sasuke's heart slammed against his ribs. That voice, familiar but wrong, stripped of all warmth and emotion. Who are you? The figure lowered his hood. Blonde hair, whisker marks, blue eyes now ringed with black, glowing faintly with dark energy. No, Sasuke whispered. That's impossible. Naruto? The voice came from behind. Kakashi landed on the rooftop beside Sasuke, his visible eye wide with shock. But you've been missing for 7 years. We thought you were. Dead? Naruto's lips curved in something that wasn't quite a smile. I can't die, Kakashi-sensei. That's part of the curse. He turned away, walking toward the arena where the sounds of battle intensified, where the third Hokage fought for his life against Orochimaru and the reanimated first and second Hokage. Kakashi moved to follow, but Naruto raised one hand without looking back. Don't. If you get too close, the curse will activate. I've killed enough people I care about. The crystal on his back pulsed, golden light briefly illuminating the street. Then Naruto vanished, moving faster than even Kakashi's Sharingan could track. 7 years earlier, age 6. Little Naruto Uzumaki sat in the forest outside Konoha, knees pulled to his chest, tears streaming down his face. The villagers had chased him again, throwing rocks and shouting words he didn't understand, but knew were meant to hurt. Monster. Demon. Should have died with the fourth. He'd run until his legs gave out, collapsing in this small clearing where sunlight filtered through green leaves and birds sang in the branches overhead. Beautiful. Peaceful. A place that didn't hate him. Something caught his eye. A flash of brown and white on the ground. A bird. Small and fragile. One wing bent at an unnatural angle. It chirped weakly, trying to hop away on one leg but going nowhere. Oh no, Naruto whispered, scrambling over. He'd never had a pet, never had anything that was his. The orphanage matron wouldn't allow it. But maybe if he could help this bird, it could be his friend. He cupped his hands gently around the tiny creature, feeling its rapid heartbeat against his palms. It looked up at him with black bead eyes, afraid too injured to flee. Naruto smiled, genuine and bright, warmth flooding his chest. It's okay, little guy. I'll protect you. I'll take care of you. You can be my friend and we'll... The bird convulsed. Naruto gasped as its feathers turned black, starting at the tips and spreading inward like ink in water. Its eyes rolled back. Its beak opened in a silent scream. The tiny body rotted in his hands, flesh peeling away, bones crumbling, until nothing remained but fine gray ash that slipped through his fingers. No, no, no! Naruto stared at his ash-covered palms, mind refusing to process what just happened. I just wanted to help. He looked down. The grass beneath him was dead, brown and withered in a perfect circle. As he watched, the circle expanded, death spreading outward like ripples in a pond. Flowers blackened and crumbled. Moss on tree bark turned to dust. Insects dropped from leaves, their tiny bodies hitting the ground with barely audible thumps. The death spread 10 meters, 20, 50, 100. By the time it stopped, Naruto sat in the center of a dead zone, surrounded by lifeless gray earth and skeletal trees stripped of all foliage. The beautiful clearing had become a graveyard. Naruto screamed. He ran blindly through the forest, tears blurring his vision, ash still coating his hands. He had to test it, had to know if it was real or just a horrible nightmare. A flower grew beside the path, red petals bright and cheerful. Naruto reached for it, barely touching the stem. The flower crumbled to ash. No, no, please no. Naruto stumbled into a small stream, falling to his knees in the shallow water. He thrust his hands in, scrubbing frantically. Wash off, wash off, wash off! But it wasn't dirt on his hands. It wasn't something he could clean away. A frog hopped onto a rock near his leg. It croaked once, looking up at him with bulging eyes. Naruto felt a flicker of connection, the instinctive affection any lonely child feels for a small creature that doesn't immediately run away. The frog's skin turned gray. It toppled into the water, dead. Naruto threw up, his small body heaving, bringing up nothing but bile. He was shaking so hard his teeth chattered. Cold, so cold, like something icy had wrapped around his heart and was squeezing. A sound made him look up. A stray dog, thin and mangy, approached through the trees. It must have smelled him, looking for food, or maybe just curious. Its tail wagged hesitantly. No! Naruto scrambled backward. Stay away! Don't come near me! But the dog kept coming, tail wagging faster now. It thought he was playing. It thought Naruto felt it. a tiny spark of warmth in his frozen chest. Please don't hurt me. Please be my friend. Please. The curse activated. Black miasma erupted from Naruto's body, visible now as a dark shimmer in the air. The dog yelped, a sound of pure terror, then collapsed mid-step. Its body hit the ground and didn't move, eyes already glazed over, tongue lolling from its mouth. Naruto curled into a ball, hands over his head, sobbing. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. For hours he sat there, crying until he had no tears left. The sun set, stars emerged. The forest around him was silent, no crickets, no owls, no rustling of small animals in the underbrush. He'd killed everything within range. As night deepened, a terrible understanding crystallized in his young mind. When he cared, things died. When he felt love, affection, happiness, the curse activated and killed everything near him. He was death incarnate, a monster wearing a boy's skin. Slowly, mechanically, Naruto stood. He walked back toward Konoha like a puppet on strings, his mind numb and distant. He couldn't stay. He couldn't risk being near people. What if the curse activated in the orphanage? What if all the other kids died because he had a nightmare and sought comfort? What if he killed everyone? He snuck into the orphanage through his window, moving silently. The other children were asleep, safe in their beds, breathing softly. Naruto looked at them for a long moment, memorizing their faces. Then he packed a small bag, some clothes, a bit of food, a kunai he'd stolen from the academy. He pulled out a piece of paper and a pencil, writing slowly, carefully, each letter taking forever because his hands wouldn't stop shaking. Dear Hokage Gigi, I'm sorry. I have to leave. Something bad is inside me. When I care about things, they die. I killed a bird and a dog and lots of plants. I don't want to hurt anyone in the village. Please don't look for me. I'm a monster. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Naruto, he left the note on his bed, then climbed out the window into the night. At the village gates, he paused, looking back at the lights of Konoha. Somewhere in there, the Hokage was probably working in his office, kind old man who sometimes bought him ramen. Somewhere in there were people who might have been his friends if he wasn't cursed. Goodbye, Naruto whispered. He turned and walked into the darkness beyond the walls, a 6-year-old boy with death in his veins and nowhere to go. The wilderness was harsh, but the curse was harsher. Naruto spent the first week in a cave, afraid to move, afraid to feel anything. He sat in the dark with his knees pulled to his chest, trying to make his mind empty. No thoughts, no emotions, just nothing. When he didn't feel anything, the curse stayed dormant. The air around him didn't shimmer with death. The cave walls didn't crumble, but he was 7 years old. 7-year-olds aren't meant to be emotionless. Loneliness gnawed at him like a physical wound. He ached for companionship, for someone to talk to, for a voice that wasn't his own, echoing off stone walls. But every time he let his guard down, every time he felt that desperate need for connection, the curse pulsed, and the lichen on the cave walls died. Hunger drove him out eventually. He had to hunt, had to find food. He learned quickly, kill animals with weapons, not with touch. Feel nothing when the rabbit screams. Feel nothing when you skin it. Feel nothing when you eat it raw, because fire attracts attention. Be empty, be dead inside, be a monster. Months passed, then a year. Age 7. Naruto sat by a stream watching his reflection. His eyes looked different, older, harder, like something fundamental had broken inside and healed wrong. He'd stopped crying. Couldn't remember the last time he'd felt happy or sad or angry. Just nothing. The Nine-Tails stirred in his mind, its presence a constant background radiation of hatred and fury. Kit, Kurama's voice rumbled deeper and darker than the ocean. You're dying inside. I can't die, Naruto said flatly to his reflection. I already tried. Jumped off a cliff, drowned myself, cut my wrists. I heal instantly. That's part of the curse too. Not that kind of dying, you idiot Kit. Your soul, your humanity. You're killing yourself to avoid killing others. Good. Is it? Kurama's tone shifted, something almost like concern. Kid, listen, I've been sealed inside you since you were born. I've seen your memories, I know what happened, but there might be another way. Naruto's eyes narrowed. You're a demon. Why would you help me? Because I'm bored. Because I've been stuck in this seal for 7 years with a depressed kid who won't even feel anything. But mostly, Kurama paused, because you remind me of someone. Someone cursed like you, someone who tried to create a world where people like us could exist. What are you talking about? You have two types of energy inside you, Kit. Chakra, yes, but also something else. Something older. I can feel it. It's why the curse exists. You're not just a Jinchuriki. You're something more. Naruto stood, suddenly alert for the first time in months. More? What does that mean? It means you have power beyond chakra. I can sense it. Magic from a different world, a different life. It's sleeping inside you, waiting to be awakened. And if you can learn to use it, I could control the curse? Maybe. Or maybe you'll just get better at being a monster. Kurama chuckled darkly. Either way, it beats sitting in a cave feeling sorry for yourself. Naruto closed his eyes, reaching deep inside his mind. Past the seal. Past Kurama's massive chakra into something deeper, something that felt ancient and terrible and familiar despite never having touched it before. Black energy responded to his call, rising from depths he didn't know he had. It felt different from chakra. Thicker, heavier, like oil compared to water. When it touched his chakra network, the two energies swirled together but didn't mix, yin and yang spiraling around each other. He opened his eyes. They were glowing black, pupils ringed with dark energy. Living magic, he whispered, the words coming from nowhere, from everywhere, from a life he didn't remember living. The power to create life from non-life. He thrust his hand toward a boulder. Black and blue energy shot from his palm, wrapping around the stone. The boulder shuddered. Cracks formed, spreading like veins. Then it moved, pulling itself free from the earth, rocks reshaping into crude limbs, a head, a torso. A golem stood before him, 8 feet tall, made of stone and earth and magic. Eyes glowing red. Naruto stared in awe. I created life. Not bad, Kit. Not bad at all, but that's just the beginning. For the first time in over a year, Naruto felt something approaching excitement. Not happiness. He was too afraid to feel that, but purpose. Direction. If he could create life, maybe he could create companions that wouldn't die when the curse activated. Maybe he didn't have to be alone. Teach me, he said to Kurama. Teach me everything. Over the next 3 years, Naruto became something beyond human, beyond ninja, beyond anything the elemental nations had seen. He created armies of golems, stone constructs that guarded his camp. He learned to weave living magic into corpses and create demons. Aetherius, beings specifically designed to withstand death magic. They became his companions, his friends, speaking to him with borrowed voices he programmed into them. But his greatest creation was Kurama himself, age 9. Naruto sat in meditation deep in a cave system he'd found in the land of Earth, surrounded by glowing magic circles he'd inscribed on the walls. Kurama's chakra pulsed behind the seal, more active than ever. You ready for this, Kit? The fox asked. Once we do this, there's no going back. I'll change, become something other than what I was. You're already other, Naruto replied quietly. You're my only real friend, the only living thing that doesn't die when I feel something. But the seal limits your interaction with me. If I remake you as an Aetherius, we can actually talk, actually be together. Kurama was silent for a long moment. Then, do it. Naruto slammed his hands together, channeling both chakra and living magic simultaneously. The seal on his stomach blazed with light. Inside his mindscape, Kurama's form shifted and changed. Fox features becoming more demonic, more defined, chakra mixing with black magic in a transformation that should have been impossible. Kurama roared, a sound that shook mountains as his essence was reforged. When it was done, Kurama stood before Naruto in the mindscape. No longer just a chakra construct behind a seal, but a true demon, an Aetherius bound to Naruto's soul. The fox grinned, showing teeth like swords. Well, that was unpleasant. How do I look? Terrifying, Naruto admitted. Can you come out now, without the seal restricting you? One way to find out. Kurama's form erupted from Naruto's body, not ripping free but flowing out like water, chakra and magic given physical shape. The fox stood 20 feet tall, 9 tails swishing behind him, eyes glowing red with demonic power. Naruto reached out, hesitant, and touched Kurama's fur. The fox didn't die, didn't rot, didn't crumble. Naruto felt warmth in his chest, affection, gratitude, relief. And the curse pulsed, black miasma erupting from his body. Kurama stood in the wave of death and laughed. Tickles a bit, but I'm fine, Kit. Told you it'd work. For the first time in 3 years, Naruto cried. Not from sadness, not from pain, from joy. He had a friend, a real friend who wouldn't die. He pressed his face against Kurama's fur and sobbed. and the fox let him, tails wrapping around the small boy protectively. There, Kit, let it out. You've earned this. From that day forward, Kurama was Naruto's constant companion. They traveled together, Kurama shrinking his form to wolf size for stealth, returning to his massive true form when they needed to fight. The demon taught Naruto about the magic inside him, pulling knowledge from Naruto's own subconscious, memories of a life Naruto didn't remember living, but that existed somewhere deep in his soul. Who was I? Naruto asked one night, staring at his hands which glowed with black energy. In my previous life, I have these instincts, these spells I shouldn't know, death orb, law, living magic, they feel familiar. Does it matter? Kurama replied. You're Naruto Uzumaki now. Whatever you were before, that person is dead. You got a second chance, Kit. Don't waste it dwelling on the past. But Naruto wondered. Sometimes in dreams he saw flashes, a black-haired woman with kind eyes, a guild hall filled with laughing people, a brother with white hair and red eyes, Natsu. The name surfaced from nowhere, and Naruto woke crying, not knowing why. He didn't pursue those memories. Kurama was right. The past didn't matter. Only survival mattered. Only control mattered. Only keeping the curse dormant mattered. Age 10. The rumors started. Ninja from various villages reported sightings. A boy in a black cloak, surrounded by stone demons, walking through forests that died in his wake. Anyone who approached him never returned. Their bodies were found as ash, scattered on dead ground. The bingo books added his entry. Unknown. Alias, the Black Wizard. Age, estimated 10 to 12. Classification, S rank. Flee on sight. Approach is fatal. Believed to possess curse technique that kills indiscriminately. Bounty, 50 million ryo. Naruto learned about the entry from a group of bounty hunters who tried to collect. They attacked his camp at night, 20 of them, well armed and coordinated. Naruto looked up from the book he'd been reading, a medical text he'd stolen from a caravan, and sighed. I just want to be left alone. The bounty hunters charged. Naruto snapped his fingers. The golems guarding his camp came to life, 24 stone constructs rising from the earth. The battle lasted less than a minute. When it was over, Naruto stood surrounded by corpses and ash. He felt nothing. No guilt, no satisfaction, just emptiness. You're getting good at this, Kurama observed, appearing beside him in wolf form. Good at killing people who won't leave me alone. Naruto corrected flatly. I don't want to be good at this. Then what do you want, Kit? Naruto looked at the night sky, stars scattered like diamonds on black velvet. I want to die, but I can't. So I want to be left alone. But people keep coming. So I want... He trailed off, shaking his head. I don't know what I want anymore. You want connection without consequence. You want to love without killing. You want to be human. I'm not human. I'm a curse. You're both, Kit. That's what makes you tragic. Naruto didn't respond. He just gathered his things and moved to a new camp, leaving the bodies behind. The forest would reclaim them eventually. Or what was left of the forest anyway. Age 11. The land of Earth, a dead forest that had once been vibrant and green before Naruto made it his home for 6 months. He sat by a stream, the water still flowed, immune to his curse, writing in a journal he kept. Theories about the curse, ideas for controlling it, failed experiments. The journal was 50 pages long, every page filled with variations of the same conclusion. There is no cure, there is no control. There is only management. Movement at the edge of his awareness made him look up. His magical senses, sharper now after years of training, detected someone approaching. Injured, bleeding, pursued. Naruto stood preparing to flee. He didn't help people anymore, couldn't risk it. But then she stumbled into the clearing. A girl, maybe 12 years old, dark hair matted with blood, pale eyes wide with terror. She wore torn clothing marked with the symbol of the Tsuchigumo clan. Her leg was broken, bone visible through torn flesh. Behind her, the sounds of pursuit grew louder. Hunter, at least 5 of them, moving fast. She saw Naruto and collapsed, hand outstretched. Please, help me. Naruto's first instinct was to run. His second was to help. His third was terror that his second instinct would activate the curse. The girl's eyes locked onto his. Please, they'll kill me. I don't want to die. Something in her gaze, the desperation, the fear, the absolute will to live, resonated with something deep in Naruto's soul. A memory, a feeling, a brother begging for death, eyes full of pain. No, not a memory, an instinct, a ghost. Naruto froze his emotions, slamming mental walls into place, forcing himself to feel nothing. He approached the girl mechanically, moving like a puppet, and lifted her with strength that shouldn't belong to an 11-year-old body. She gasped in pain, clutching his cloak. "Thank you. Don't thank me," Naruto said flatly. "And don't talk to me. If I start to care, you'll die. That's my curse." The hunter nin burst into the clearing, 5 of them, wearing Earth Country masks. They saw Naruto and laughed. "Look, a kid! Hey brat, hand over the girl and we'll let you look." Naruto raised one hand. Living magic gargoyle creation. The ground beneath the hunter nin erupted. Stone hands grabbed their ankles, pulling them down. Before they could scream, golems tore themselves free from the earth. Massive constructs with glowing red eyes and blade-like fingers. Slash! Crack! Crunch! The hunter nine died before they could perform a single hand seal, torn apart by stone claws and crushed under massive fists. Naruto didn't watch. He was already walking away, the girl in his arms, her blood soaking into his cloak. She stared at him, eyes wide. What are you?" "A monster," Naruto replied emotionlessly. "Don't forget it." He carried her to his camp, a cave system he'd claimed, walls inscribed with protective magic circles. Kurama was waiting, sitting in fox form by a fire. "Another stray, Kit? You're getting soft." "She'll leave once she's healed," Naruto said, setting the girl down on a bedroll. He pulled out medical supplies, hands moving with practiced efficiency. "I'm not keeping her." The girl watched him work, setting her broken leg, cleaning her wounds, wrapping bandages with clinical precision. His touch was cold, detached, but gentle despite the emptiness in his eyes. "What's your name?" she whispered. Naruto didn't answer immediately, focused on tying a final bandage. Then, "I used to be Naruto Uzumaki. Now I'm just the Black Wizard. That's what the bingo books call me." "I'm Hotaru," the girl said. "Hotaru of the Tsuchigumo clan. I'm carrying a forbidden jutsu inside me. That's why they were hunting me. Everyone wants it." Naruto paused, then continued working, expression unchanging. "I don't care about forbidden jutsu. I have my own curse to deal with." "What curse?" He looked at her with those dead, empty eyes. "When I value life, everything around me dies. When I care about someone, the curse activates and kills them. That's why you can't stay. Once you're healed, leave and never come back." Hotaru's eyes widened. That's horrible. How do you live like that?" "I don't live. I exist. There's a difference." But Hotaru didn't leave. Days turned into weeks. Her leg healed slowly. The break was bad, needed time. And despite Naruto's warnings, despite his cold demeanor and emotionless responses, she talked to him. She told him about her clan, about the forbidden jutsu sealed inside her that could level mountains, about how she'd been running since she was 6, hunted by every nation, trusted by no one. "We're similar," she said one night, sitting across the fire from him. Kurama lounged nearby in wolf form, watching with knowing eyes. "Both of us carry something inside that makes us dangerous. Both of us are alone." "We're nothing alike," Naruto said flatly, staring into the flames. "You can control your jutsu. You can choose not to use it. My curse activates automatically when I feel emotion. There's no choice. Then how are you talking to me without killing me? Because I'm forcing myself to feel nothing. Every second you're near me, I'm holding back everything. Happiness, sadness, affection, fear, all of it. One moment of weakness and you die. That's why you need to leave." Hotaru was quiet for a long time. "Then, what if I don't want to leave?" Naruto's eyes flickered with something. Surprise, concern, before going dead again. "Then you're an idiot," she smiled. It was the first genuine smile Naruto had seen in 5 years. "Maybe, but I'd rather be an idiot with a friend than smart and alone." Kurama chuckled. "She's got you there, Kit." "Shut up," Naruto muttered. Despite himself, despite the walls he'd built, despite the constant terror of the curse, Naruto found himself not happy, exactly, but less empty. Hotaru filled the silence with stories. She laughed at Kurama's sarcastic comments. She asked Naruto questions about his magic, genuinely curious, not afraid. "Can you really create life from anything?" she asked, watching as Naruto animated a stick into a small wooden bird that chirped and flew around the cave. "Anything non-living," Naruto confirmed. "Stone, wood, metal. I can give them form, purpose, limited intelligence. The Aetherius demons are more complex. They're made from elemental energy mixed with living magic. They're closer to true life." "That's amazing. You're like a god creating life from nothing." Naruto's expression darkened. Gods create. I mimic. There's a difference. Real creation requires love. Mine requires emptiness. I'm not a god. I'm a mistake. Hotaru reached out and placed her hand over his. Naruto flinched, jerking away. Don't. His voice cracked. Don't touch me. I can't if I feel. You won't hurt me, Hotaru said softly. I trust you. Your trust is misplaced. Maybe, but it's mine to give. 3 months passed. Against every instinct, every rule he'd set for himself, Naruto let Hotaru stay. They fell into a routine. She'd gather firewood from the edge of the dead forest, yet where trees still lived. He'd hunt, emotionlessly killing rabbits with kunai, feeling nothing as he skinned them. Kurama would tell stories about the old days, carefully avoiding mentions of the Nine-Tails' hatred of humans. And slowly, so slowly, Naruto didn't notice until it was too late. The walls around his heart began to crack. He started looking forward to Hotaru's laughter, started enjoying the sound of her voice, started caring. The curse pulsed more frequently, waves of death magic that Naruto had to suppress with increasing difficulty. Black miasma would shimmer around him, and he'd have to meditate for hours to force it back down. Kurama noticed. Kit, you're playing with fire. You know what happens if you lose control. I know, Naruto whispered one night, lying awake while Hotaru slept nearby. I know, but I don't want to be alone anymore. Is that selfish? It's human, which means, yes, it's selfish, but it's also understandable. Kurama's voice softened. Just be careful, kid. I don't want to lose you, either of you. You can't lose me. I'm immortal. There are worse things than dying. 4 months in, Hotaru's leg was healed. She could leave, should leave. She stayed. I'll go tomorrow, she said one evening. But tomorrow came, and she stayed. Tomorrow for sure, she said again, but again she stayed. On the 6th month, Naruto finally asked, why haven't you left yet? They were sitting by the stream, watching moonlight reflect off the water. Hotaru's reflection smiled at his question. Because I'm happy here, she said simply. For the first time in my life, I'm not running. I'm not afraid. I'm just here, with you, with Kurama, and I'm happy. Naruto's chest ached. You shouldn't be happy with a monster. You're not a monster. You're cursed. There's a difference. That's what Kurama says. Kurama's smart. You should listen to him. Naruto looked at her, really looked at her for the first time, allowing himself to see her. The way moonlight caught in her dark hair, the gentle curve of her smile, the warmth in her pale eyes. He felt something shift in his chest, something dangerous and beautiful and terrifying. No. He slammed the walls back up, forcing the emotion down, burying it deep. But it was getting harder, so much harder. Kit, Kurama's voice whispered in his mind, urgent. You need to send her away, now, before it's too late. I know. But he didn't. The end came on a beautiful night. They sat by the stream, as they often did. The sky was clear, stars scattered like diamonds, a full moon casting silver light across the dead forest. Hotaru was laughing at a story Kurama had told, about the time Naruto had tried to create a golem horse, and it had come out with 6 legs and no head. I was 9, Naruto protested, lips quirking in what was almost a smile. Cut me some slack! 9 years old and already creating abominations. I was so proud, Kurama said dryly, making Hotaru laugh harder. Naruto watched her laugh, really watched her, and something in his chest bloomed. Warmth, affection, something deeper and more dangerous than friendship. He loved her. The realization hit him like a lightning strike. He loved this girl who'd stumbled into his dead forest and refused to leave, who'd looked at a monster and seen a person, who'd stayed when everyone else had run. He loved her, and the moment he acknowledged that feeling, the moment he let himself feel it fully, the curse activated. Pulse. Black miasma erupted from Naruto's body, a wave of death magic expanding outward in a sphere of pure destruction. Trees within 50 meters died instantly, bark turning black, leaves crumbling to ash. The grass beneath them withered. The stream water turned black, and Hotaru gasped. No, Naruto whispered, horror flooding his system. No! Hotaru's hand flew to her chest. Black veins spread across her skin like cracks in porcelain, starting at her heart and racing outward. Her eyes went wide, pupils dilating. Naruto, she whispered, what's happening? Naruto lunged forward, catching her as her legs gave out. No, 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 no! Don't die! Please don't die! The curse pulsed harder, responding to his panic, his desperation, his love. More death magic erupted. The cave behind them collapsed, stone crumbling to dust. The stream dried up completely, water evaporating into nothing. Hotaru's skin was turning pale. The black veins covered half her body now, crawling up her neck, across her face. "I'm sorry," she whispered, blood trickling from the corner of her mouth. "I should have listened. You warned me." "Shut up!" Naruto screamed, hands glowing with desperate energy. Medical ninjutsu, healing magic, anything to stop this. "You're not dying, I won't let you." But medical jutsu couldn't heal curse damage, couldn't reverse death magic. Hotaru's body was dying at the cellular level, life force being drained directly by Ankh-Seram's curse. Kurama appeared beside them in full form, 20 feet of demonic fox, tails lashing in agitation. "Kit, you have to let go. The more you panic, the more you care, the stronger the curse gets." "I can't," Naruto sobbed, clutching Hotaru to his chest. "I can't lose her." Hotaru's hand touched his face, weak and trembling. She smiled, blood on her teeth. "It's okay. I'm glad. I met you. So glad." "Don't," Naruto begged. "Please don't leave me. Please." Her eyes started to close. Naruto's mind raced, instincts from a life he didn't remember surfacing. There was a spell, a forbidden magic, time. He could freeze her, suspend her between life and death, keep her from dying even if he couldn't truly save her. His hands moved on their own, weaving symbols in the air. Magic circles formed around them, glowing with golden light. Ancient words spilled from his lips in a language he didn't consciously know. Time magic, eternal stasis. Power exploded from his hands, wrapping around Hotaru's dying body. Golden light crystallized, hardening into solid form. In seconds, she was encased in a massive crystal, perfectly preserved, suspended in the instant before death claimed her. Her eyes were closed, her expression peaceful, the black veins still visible beneath her skin, frozen in place, unable to spread further but unable to recede. Naruto collapsed, the spell draining him completely. He stared at the crystal, at Hotaru's frozen form, and screamed. It was a sound of pure agony, raw and broken, the cry of a boy who'd finally found something worth living for, only to destroy it with his own cursed hands. Kurama pressed close, tails wrapping around Naruto's shaking body. "I'm sorry, Kit. I'm so sorry." Naruto pressed his forehead against the crystal, tears streaming down his face. "I'll fix this. I swear, I'll find a way to save you. I'll break this curse. I'll die if I have to. Just, please wait for me, please." The crystal pulsed with faint golden light, Hotaru's heart still beating, impossibly slow, 1 beat per minute, alive but not living, safe but not saved. Naruto stood on shaking legs, strapping the crystal to his back with leather bindings. It was massive, had to weigh hundreds of pounds, but he carried it easily, fueled by magic and desperation. "We're leaving," he said to Kurama, voice empty again. "Dead again. We're going to find every forbidden text, every ancient magic, every possible solution. I don't care how long it takes. I don't care what I have to do. I will save her. And if you can't..." Naruto's eyes went cold, all warmth and emotion bleeding away, leaving only void. "Then I'll find a way to die, so she can live, because that's all I have left." From that day forward, Naruto became something less than human. He shut down completely, burying all emotions so deep that the curse went permanently dormant. He was a walking corpse, animated only by purpose: save Hotaru, or die trying. The elemental nations learned to fear the Black Wizard even more. He walked through villages like a ghost, searching libraries for forbidden texts, killing anyone who tried to stop him without hesitation or remorse. The crystal on his back became his symbol, a glowing reminder of his curse and his goal. S-rank ninja fled from him. Entire squads vanished trying to capture him. His bounty climbed to 100 million Ryo. Naruto didn't care. He just kept walking, kept searching, kept hoping that somewhere, somehow, there was a cure. Age 12, the land of iron. Naruto stood in the ruins of an ancient library, scrolls scattered around him, crystal glowing on his back. He'd been searching for 3 hours, speed reading texts on curse-breaking magical theory, anything that might help. Movement at the edge of his senses made him pause. 2 signatures. Powerful. Approaching fast. He didn't move, didn't prepare, just continued reading. If they attacked, he'd kill them. If they didn't, they'd leave. Simple. The library doors slammed open. 2 figures entered, a tall man with shark-like features carrying a massive sword wrapped in bandages, and a younger man with long black hair and red Sharingan eyes. Akatsuki. Kasame Hoshigaki grinned, showing rows of pointed teeth. Well, The famous Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. Been looking all over for you, brat. Naruto turned a page in the scroll he was reading, not looking up. Go away. I'm busy. Kasame's grin widened. Sorry, kid. Boss wants that demon inside you. We'll try to make this quick. He charged, Samehada swinging in a massive arc aimed at Naruto's neck. Naruto caught the blade with his bare hand. Kasame's eyes widened. Samehada shrieked, a sound like a living thing in agony, scales rotting where Naruto's fingers touched the blade. Black death magic spread across the sword's surface, killing the sentient weapon. Naruto finally looked up, eyes empty and cold. I warned you. Now you've interrupted my research and damaged my concentration. Death orb. A sphere of pure black energy materialized between them, no larger than a fist. Kasame tried to jerk Samehada back, but the blade was already disintegrating, dissolving into ash. He released the handle and leaped backward, hands flying through seals. Water style. Great shark bullet. A massive shark made of water erupted from his mouth, big enough to swallow a house, jaws wide to consume Naruto whole. The death orb pulsed once. The water shark evaporated, not dispersed. Evaporated. The water turned to steam, then to nothing. Life force ripped from even the chakra construct. Kasame stumbled, face pale. What the hell? Itachi Uchiha stepped forward, Sharingan spinning into Mangekyo pattern. He'd been watching, analyzing, and what he saw made his blood run cold. Naruto's chakra network was visible to his eyes, but beneath the chakra was something else. Black energy that swirled like smoke, thick and oily and wrong. It wasn't chakra. It was fundamentally other, and it was death itself given form. Kasame, Itachi said quietly. We're leaving now. Kasame snarled. What? We can take one kid. No, Itachi said firmly. We can't. Look at him. Really look. Kasame activated his sensory abilities, and for the first time he saw what Itachi saw. The death that clung to Naruto like a second skin. The absolute void where life should be. The wrongness. Naruto stood, setting the scroll down carefully. The crystal on his back pulsed, golden light contrasting sharply with the black miasma starting to swirl around his feet. I'm going to give you one chance, Naruto said, voice flat and emotionless. Leave, now, or I demonstrate what real power looks like. He raised one hand, pointing toward the window behind them. Death pillar. Boom, a column of black energy erupted from the ground outside, shooting up into the sky, visible for miles. It punched through clouds, dispersed them, left a hole in the atmosphere. Where it touched the earth, everything died. Trees turned to ash, grass became dust. The ground itself turned black and cracked, life ripped from the very soil. When the pillar faded, there was a crater, perfectly circular, 100 meters wide, where a forest had been. Kasame stared, jaw slack. That's not possible. Itachi grabbed his partner's shoulder. Retreat, now. They vanished in a flurry of crows, fleeing faster than Naruto had ever seen ninja move. Naruto watched them go, then sat back down and picked up his scroll. Interruptions, he muttered. Always interruptions. News of the encounter spread through the Akatsuki organization like wildfire. Pain called an emergency meeting. The Nine-Tails Jinchuriki is off limits, Pain announced, his Rinnegan eyes grave. According to Itachi's report, he possesses power that transcends chakra. Death magic that can erase anything it touches. Kasame's sword was destroyed in seconds. Mountains were leveled. This is not a target we can capture through force. Then how do we get the Nine-Tails? Deidara asked. We need all the bijou for the plan. We wait, Itachi said quietly, and we plan. Naruto Uzumaki is searching for something. A cure for the girl in the crystal. If we can find what he's looking for, we might be able to negotiate. Since when do we negotiate with Jinchuriki? Hidan scoffed. Since this Jinchuriki can kill all of us without breaking a sweat, Kakuzu replied pragmatically. I've been in this business for decades. I've seen power. This is different. This is absolute. Pain nodded slowly. Agreed. Naruto Uzumaki is classified as an unknown threat. Do not engage. Observe only. Report any findings immediately. The Akatsuki, for the first time in their existence, designated a target as too dangerous to pursue. Age 13. Spring. Naruto walked the roads of the elemental nations like a ghost. Villagers whispered and fled when they saw him coming. Ninja gave him a wide berth. Even bandits, stupid and desperate though they were, recognized the dead forest that followed in his wake and steered clear. He was searching a black market in the land of grass when he felt it. A pulse of massive death, Hundreds of lives snuffed out in an instant. The direction was familiar. Konoha. Naruto paused at a crossroads, staring toward the Hidden Leaf village. He hadn't been back in 7 years, hadn't thought about it except in the dark hours when sleep wouldn't come and memories of ramen and a kind old man's smile haunted him. Why should he care if Konoha was under attack? They'd hated him, chased him, called him demon, but the third Hokage had been kind, had bought him ramen, had smiled at him when no one else would. And maybe, just maybe, Konoha's library had texts he hadn't found yet. Information on curse breaking, ancient seals, something, anything that could help save Hotaru. Pragmatic reasons, Naruto told himself. Not sentiment, just resource gathering. You're a terrible liar, Kit, Kurama said, appearing beside him in wolf form. Shut up. Going back to help them anyway? Naruto adjusted the crystal on his back, checking the leather bindings, going back to search the Hokage's private library. If I save some people in the process, that's coincidence. Sure it is. Naruto started walking toward Konoha, pace quickening to a run, then to a sprint enhanced by chakra. He moved, crossing miles and minutes, dead earth trailing behind him like a scar. Konoha appeared on the horizon, smoke rising from its streets. The invasion was in full swing, present. Age 13. Orochimaru's invasion. Naruto walked through the shattered gates of Konoha and the village noticed. Sound Ninja saw him and charged, screaming war cries, weapons raised. Naruto didn't break stride. Death wave, pulse. Black energy exploded outward in a circle, moving faster than sound. Every enemy ninja within 100 meters dropped, bodies hitting the ground simultaneously, life extinguished in an instant. Civilians who'd been cowering in buildings poked their heads out, staring in shock at the sudden silence. A child, no older than 6, ran up to Naruto. Mister, you saved us, thank you. The child reached out to hug Naruto's leg. Don't touch me. Naruto's voice cracked with desperation. He leaped backward, putting 10 meters between them instantly. The child froze, hurt and confused. I just wanted to say thank you. Naruto forced his emotions down, feeling the curse starting to pulse, black miasma shimmering around his body. Stay back, all of you. If you get too close, you'll die. That's my curse. A woman, the child's mother, ran out and pulled her child away, eyes wide with fear. Monster, she whispered. Naruto's expression didn't change. Yes, I am. Remember that. He continued walking, each step leaving dead grass in his wake. People fled before him, and he was grateful. The fewer people around, the fewer he might accidentally kill. That was harsh, Kit. It was necessary. Better they fear me than die trying to thank me. Naruto followed the sounds of intense battle to the arena, where purple flames formed a barrier trapping the third Hokage inside. Through the flames, he could see Orochimaru controlling 2 reanimated corpses, the first and second Hokage, Edo Tensei. Forbidden technique that enslaved the dead. Rage pulsed through Naruto, not for Konoha, not for the third, but for the disrespect of disturbing the dead, forcing souls back into tormented mockery of life. The rage activated the curse. Black miasma exploded from Naruto's body, thick and visible now, swirling around him like a cloak of death. The ground beneath his feet cracked, spiderwebs spreading outward. He walked straight toward the barrier. Anbu rushed to intercept. Stop, don't. Get back, Naruto said flatly. Now. Something in his voice made them freeze, instinct screaming danger. They retreated. Naruto walked into the purple flames. The barrier was designed to burn anything that touched it, turning flesh to ash. But when Naruto stepped through, the flames died. Not dispersed, died. The chakra that formed them unraveled, unable to exist in proximity to such concentrated death. The barrier shattered, purple flames extinguishing all at once. Inside, Orochimaru spun around, eyes wide with shock. What? Impossible! The third Hokage stood in the center of the arena, bloody and exhausted, staring at the figure who just walked through his student's strongest barrier like it was tissue paper. Who? Hiruzen began. Naruto's eyes locked onto Orochimaru. You disturbed the dead. Disgusting. He slammed both hands on the ground. Black magic circles erupted beneath the reanimated Hokage, glowing with arcane symbols that had never existed in this world. Repent. The Edo Tensei bodies screamed, a sound of pure agony as Naruto's magic forcibly destroyed the technique. This wasn't dispelling. This was annihilation. The reanimated bodies crumbled, turned to ash, but their souls, visible now as wisps of glowing energy, were freed. Shot back toward the Pure Land with enough force to tear holes in reality, Orochimaru's eyes widened in genuine fear. That magic is. Naruto stood, black miasma swirling around him, eyes glowing with dark power. You want power? You want immortality? You're just a cheap imitation, a snake playing at being eternal. He raised one hand, fingers splayed. I am truly cursed with immortality, forced to live while everything I love dies. Let me show you what real curse looks like. Death Pillar. Crack, a column of black energy erupted from the ground directly beneath Orochimaru. The Sannin screamed, his arms vaporizing, flesh turning to ash, bones crumbling. Only his torso and head remained, supported by his snake summons which erupted from his mouth, carrying him away. Orochimaru fled, molting his skin like a snake shedding its scales, leaving behind a husk that collapsed and dissolved. Naruto didn't pursue, wasn't interested in chasing. He turned to leave. Wait, the third Hokage's voice cracked. Please wait. Naruto paused, not turning around. Hokage. Hiruzen limped forward, eyes searching Naruto's face. Recognition dawned slowly, fighting through the changes. Naruto? Is that you? I used to be Naruto Uzumaki, Naruto said quietly. Now I'm just a curse walking in human skin. What happened to you? Where have you been? I searched for 7 years. Don't, Naruto interrupted. Don't search for me. Don't thank me. Don't try to bring me back. I saved your village because it was convenient, because I needed access to the Hokage's library. Nothing more. He started walking again. The library? Hiruzen called after him. What are you searching for? Naruto gestured to the crystal on his back. A cure. For her. For my curse. I'll search every library in every nation. I'll read every forbidden text. I'll break every rule and law and taboo if I have to. Hiruzen stared at the crystal, at the girl frozen inside. Who is she? Someone I killed by caring about her. Someone I will save, no matter the cost. Naruto vanished, moving faster than the old Hokage could track, leaving behind only dead earth and questions. Sasuke stood on the rooftop, watching Naruto disappear into the forest. His Sharingan was still spinning, trying to analyze what he'd witnessed, but it was useless. That power transcended anything the Sharingan could comprehend, power that could kill S-rank ninja instantly, power that could dispel the strongest barriers, power that could erase mountains. Sasuke's hands clenched into fists. That power, if I had that, Itachi would be nothing. I could avenge my clan, I could. Sasuke, Kakashi landed beside him, visible eye wide. What happened? Who was that? Naruto, Sasuke said, voice shaking. That was Naruto Uzumaki, and he's a monster now. A monster with power I can't even comprehend. Kakashi's eye narrowed. Naruto's alive after 7 years? Alive, strong, and completely different. Sasuke turned to his sensei. I need that power, Kakashi. I don't care what it takes. I don't care what it costs. I need it. Kakashi grabbed Sasuke's shoulder, gripped tight. Listen to me, I saw what he did. That wasn't normal chakra. That was something else. Something dangerous. You pursue that kind of power and you'll lose yourself. I don't care. Sasuke shook off Kakashi's hand. I've already lost everything. My clan is dead. Itachi took everything from me. If becoming a monster is what it takes to kill him, then I'll become a monster. He activated his curse mark, stage 1 spreading across his skin, and leaped from the rooftop, chasing after Naruto with desperate speed. Kakashi cursed and followed. But Sasuke was fast, enhanced by Orochimaru's mark, driven by obsessive need. Naruto reached the forest's edge, preparing to vanish into the wilderness, when a voice called out, "Wait!" He sighed, recognizing the chakra signature. Sasuke Uchiha, go back. No! Sasuke landed in front of him, breathing hard, curse mark crawling across his skin. You have power, real power, power that could kill anyone. Give it to me. Naruto stared at him with dead eyes. Power? You think this is power? He gestured to the ground. Grass withered instantly in a spreading circle. A bird flew overhead and dropped dead, body hitting the earth with a soft thump. This is a curse, Sasuke. Everything I touch dies. Everyone I care about rots. Look at her. He turned, showing the crystal on his back. She's the only person who ever saw me as human, and I killed her by caring. That's what this power does. Sasuke didn't care. His eyes were wild, Sharingan spinning. I don't care what it is. I don't care about the cost. If it makes me strong enough to kill Itachi, I'll pay any price. You remind me of a foolish brother, Naruto said quietly. Then you understand. Sasuke charged, curse mark activating fully, stage 2 transformation spreading across his body, gray skin, webbed wings, enhanced power. Give me your power! He thrust forward with Chidori, lightning crackling around his hand, aiming for Naruto's chest. Naruto caught the Chidori with his bare hand. The lightning fizzled out, unable to exist near so much concentrated death. And then Naruto felt it. Pity, sympathy for Sasuke's pain. Understanding of his desperation? No. The curse-activated pulse. Black miasma exploded from Naruto's body in a tidal wave of death magic. Sasuke was caught at point-blank range, engulfed in the wave, screaming as necrotic energy tore through his body. The curse mark on his neck burned. Not normal burning. Curse burning. Death magic recognized the corruption of Orochimaru's seal and attacked it, ripping the foreign chakra from Sasuke's body violently. Sasuke's screams intensified, blood pouring from his mouth, eyes, nose. His body convulsed as the curse mark was torn out by the roots, severing the connection to Orochimaru so thoroughly that not even a trace remained. No! Naruto stumbled back, horrified. Not again! Not again! He thrust his hands forward, wind chakra erupting, blasting Sasuke away from him with enough force to launch him 50 meters backward. Back toward the village. Back toward safety. Sasuke crashed into the ground, tumbling, gasping, bleeding. His curse mark was gone, skin unmarked where it had once been. But the pain was indescribable. He looked up through blurred vision, seeing Naruto standing in the distance, surrounded by a vortex of black energy. The trees around him were dying, bark turning black, leaves crumbling, entire trunks collapsing into dust. Naruto's voice carried across the distance, broken and desperate. Do not seek me out, Sasuke. If you get too close, I will kill you, and I won't be able to stop it. Stay away. He turned and ran, moving at incredible speed, vanishing into the forest. Behind him, a trail of death stretched for miles. Dead trees, dead grass, dead earth, a scar across the landscape that would take decades to heal. Kakashi reached Sasuke moments later, finding his student lying in a pool of blood, shaking violently. Sasuke, what happened? Sasuke's eyes stared at nothing, wide with shock and terror. He's not human. He's a monster. His power, it doesn't just kill. It erases everything, life itself. Kakashi looked toward the forest, seeing the trail of dead vegetation. What did he do to you? He removed the curse mark. Sasuke's hand went to his neck, feeling unmarked skin. Just removed it, like it was nothing. Tore Orochimaru's chakra out of me so completely I can't even feel a trace left. That power. He started laughing, a broken sound. I wanted his power. I thought if I had it, I could kill Itachi. But I was wrong. That power would kill me. I'd die before I could even use it. He's beyond us, beyond everything. Kakashi helped Sasuke to his feet, supporting his weight. Let's get you to the hospital. As they walked back toward the village, Sasuke kept looking over his shoulder, staring at the dead forest. He said he used to be Naruto Uzumaki, Sasuke whispered. But that thing, that wasn't Naruto. That was death wearing Naruto's face. The Hokage's office. 1 hour after the invasion ended, Hiruzen sat behind his desk, bandaged and exhausted. Before him stood Kakashi, Jiraiya, who'd returned just in time to miss the fighting, and several Anbu commanders. You're absolutely certain it was Naruto? Jiraiya asked, voice tight with barely controlled emotion. Hiruzen nodded slowly. I recognized him despite the changes. Same face, same whisker marks, but his eyes, empty, dead, like he'd experienced 1,000 lifetimes of suffering. What was that crystal on his back? One of the Anbu asked. A girl, Hiruzen replied, frozen in time. He said he killed her by caring about her. That's his curse. When he values life, everything around him dies. The room fell silent. Jiraiya slammed his fist on the desk. That's impossible. Curses like that don't exist. Chakra doesn't work that way. It wasn't chakra, Kakashi said quietly. My Sharingan couldn't even properly analyze it. That was something fundamentally other. Magic, maybe. Something from outside our understanding. Hiruzen pulled out a scroll, unrolling it to reveal ancient text. I've been researching since he left. There are legends, old stories from before the Sage of Six Paths, about magic that predates chakra, death magic, curses that killed indiscriminately. I thought they were myths. Clearly not, Jiraiya muttered. So what do? He's the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. He's Konoha's weapon. We can't just let him wander. He's not a weapon anymore, Hiruzen said firmly. He's a boy suffering from a curse we don't understand, and I won't treat him like a tool. Then what? We just let him go? Let him search for his cure alone? Hiruzen was quiet for a long moment. Then we help him, discreetly. I'll send word to our allies, our information networks. If there's a cure for his curse, if there's any information about time magic or death curses, we find it and get it to him. Why? An Anbu asked. Why help the demon brat who abandoned the village? Hiruzen's eyes hardened. Because he saved this village today. Because he suffered more than any child should. And because 7 years ago I failed him. I let him run away. Let him face that curse alone. I won't fail him again. Jiraiya nodded slowly. I'll search. I'll use my spy network, visit every library, track down every legend. If there's a cure, I'll find it. Make it your priority, Hiruzen ordered. Naruto Uzumaki is still a Konoha ninja, whether he believes it or not, and we take care of our own. Meanwhile, Naruto sat in a cave 50 miles from Konoha, the crystal propped against the wall, glowing softly in the darkness. He stared at Hotaru's frozen face, tears silently streaming down his cheeks. I almost killed him, Naruto whispered. Sasuke, I almost killed him because I felt sorry for him. The curse is getting worse, harder to control. I'm running out of time. You're running out of detachment, Kurama corrected, materializing beside him in wolf form. The more you interact with people, the more memories surface, the harder it gets to stay empty. Then I'll stop interacting with people. You can't avoid humanity forever, kid. You're still human yourself, whether you like it or not. Am I? Naruto looked at his hands. I can't die. I can't age. I kill everything I touch. What part of that is human? The part that's crying right now. The part that's desperate to save her. The part that went back to save a village that hated you. Naruto wiped his eyes roughly. Pragmatic decision. I needed the library. Sure it was. They sat in silence for a long time. Then Naruto stood, strapping the crystal to his back once more. Where to now? Kurama asked. The land of snow. There's supposed to be an ancient temple there built before chakra existed. If death magic predates chakra, maybe there are answers there. That's the spirit. Hopeless optimism. It's not optimism. It's desperation. Naruto walked to the cave entrance, looking out at the night sky, stars scattered above like shattered diamonds. I will save you, Hotaru, he whispered. I swear on everything I am, everything I was, everything I'll never be. I'll break this curse. I'll find a way to die and give you life. The crystal pulsed, golden light briefly illuminating the cave. Naruto started walking. Behind him, dead earth spread like a scar, marking his passage. 3 days later, Akatsuki hideout. Pain stood before a projection of Itachi, Kasame, and the other members. Update on the Nine-Tails situation. Itachi spoke first. According to our intelligence network, Naruto Uzumaki appeared in Konoha during Orochimaru's invasion. He single-handedly drove off the invasion force, destroyed Orochimaru's Edo Tensei, and left. Sasuke Uchiha confronted him and was severely injured. How severely? Deidara asked. Sasuke's curse mark was completely removed, ripped out by death magic. The room fell silent. So the Black Wizard is the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki, Kakuzu mused. Interesting. Does that change our approach? It confirms we cannot capture him by force, Pain said. Itachi, you mentioned he's searching for something? A cure for the girl he carries. She's frozen in a crystal, suspended in time. According to witnesses, she's dying from the same curse that affects him. He's searching for a way to save her. Pain nodded slowly. Then we find the cure before he does. We use it as leverage, offer to save the girl in exchange for the Nine-Tails. And if we can't find a cure? He then asked. Then we wait, observe, and hope he doesn't decide to erase us all from existence before we're ready. The meeting adjourned, leaving the Akatsuki with a new strategy. Don't fight the Black Wizard. Recruit him. 1 week later, land of snow. Naruto stood before ancient ruins, half buried in ice and snow. The temple was massive, carved from black stone, covered in symbols that predated any known written language, but Naruto could read them. Instinctively, impossibly, he understood the words as if they were written in his native tongue. Temple of Anxaram, he whispered, God of life and death. Kit, those symbols, how can you read them? I don't know, I just can, like I've known them my whole life. Or maybe, Naruto touched the symbols gently, maybe a different life. He entered the temple, crystal on his back glowing brighter now, resonating with the magic in the air. Inside, the walls were covered in murals, depictions of a god with black wings. Images of a wizard in a black cloak surrounded by death, a war between life and death. And in the center of the temple, a massive altar with words carved deep into the stone. Those who do not respect the sanctity of life will be cursed. Those who value life will bring death. This is Ank'Sharam's contradiction. This is the curse of the Black Wizard. Below that, smaller text. Only through complete transcendence of humanity can the curse be lifted. Only through absolute death can absolute life be restored. The cursed one must cease to exist for the frozen one to live. Naruto read the words 3 times, each reading driving the knife deeper into his heart. "So that's it," he whispered. "The only cure is my death, but I can't die. I'm immortal, so there is no cure." "Kit, there is no cure," Naruto screamed, the sound echoing through the temple. Black miasma erupted from his body, death magic tearing through the ancient structure. Stone crumbled, murals cracked, the altar split down the middle. Naruto collapsed to his knees, clutching his head. It was all for nothing. 7 years of searching, 7 years of hope, and it was all pointless. The crystal on his back pulsed, golden light fighting against the black miasma. "Kit, listen to me. There might be another way." "What way?" Naruto spun on Kurama, eyes wild. "The cure requires my death. But I'm immortal. I've tried to die. Jumped off cliffs, drowned myself, cut my own throat, and I just heal. What way could there possibly be?" Kurama's voice was gentle. "Maybe you're looking at it wrong. Maybe you don't need to die physically. Maybe you need to die spiritually, emotionally, become so completely empty that you're not human anymore. That might count as ceasing to exist." Naruto stared at him. "You want me to destroy myself? Erase my humanity completely? I want you to live, Kit, really live. But if the only way to save her is to become nothing, is that what you want?" Naruto looked at the crystal, at Hotaru's peaceful face. "Yes," he whispered. "If it saves her, yes. Then we have work to do." 3 months passed. Naruto wandered the elemental nations like a ghost, systematically destroying every emotion he had left. When he felt anger, he meditated until it passed. When he felt sadness, he locked it away. When he felt anything, he crushed it ruthlessly. He became more machine than human, more curse than boy. He stopped eating unless necessary, stopped sleeping unless collapse was imminent, stopped speaking unless absolutely required. He was becoming empty, becoming nothing. The dead zone around him expanded. Plants died within 20 meters now. Animals fled his presence instinctively, and slowly, painfully, the crystal started to glow brighter. Age 13 and a half, 6 months after Konoha's invasion, Naruto stood in front of the crystal, watching Hotaru's frozen face. The black veins that had covered half her body were receding, millimeter by millimeter, so slow it was almost imperceptible, but moving. "It's working," he whispered. "The more empty I become, the weaker the curse gets. The weaker the curse gets, the less it affects her. If I can just become completely empty." "She might wake up," Kurama finished. "But you won't be you anymore, Kit. You'll be a shell, a walking corpse. Is that really what you want?" "What I want doesn't matter. Only she matters." "She wouldn't want this. She's not awake to have an opinion." Kurama sighed. "You're going to regret this, Kit. Regret requires emotion. I'm working on removing that." 2 years later, age 15, Naruto walked through a village in the land of rain. People saw him coming and fled, abandoning shops and homes, screaming warnings to their neighbors. The Black Wizard was here. Naruto didn't notice, didn't care. He was focused on the crystal's glow, which was now bright enough to illuminate dark rooms. Hotaru's black veins had receded almost completely. Only a few remained near her heart, the last traces of the curse. "Almost," Naruto whispered to himself. "Almost there. Just need to become a little more empty. Just a little more." A child ran into the street, chasing a ball. He didn't see Naruto, didn't notice the death zone until it was too late. The child stepped into the 20-meter radius. Naruto felt it. A flicker of panic. "No, don't kill another child. Not another." The curse pulsed. The child screamed, black veins spreading across his small body. Naruto's instinct was to help, to run forward, to do something. But running forward would bring the child deeper into the death zone, would kill him faster. Naruto forced himself to stand still, forced himself to feel nothing, to let the child suffer without intervention. The child's mother ran out, grabbing her son, dragging him out of the death zone just in time. The black veins stopped spreading. The child lived, barely, Gasping and crying, the mother looked at Naruto with pure hatred. "Monster!" "Yes!" Naruto said flatly. "I am." He walked past them without another word. Behind him, Kurama followed in silence, eyes sad. Age 16. 3 years after Konoha's invasion, the crystal's glow was blinding now, pulsing like a heartbeat. The black veins were gone. Hotaru's skin was clear. Her eyes were still closed, but her chest rose and fell with slow, steady breaths. She was healing. Naruto sat in a cave, staring at nothing, feeling nothing. He'd done it. He'd become empty enough that the curse was almost dormant. Soon, she'd wake up, and he'd be nothing. A voice echoed from the cave entrance. "Naruto Uzumaki, we need to talk." Naruto turned slowly, mechanically. Standing at the entrance was a man with orange hair and Rinnegan eyes. Pain, leader of the Akatsuki. "Go away," Naruto said flatly. "I have information," Pain continued. "About your curse, about the girl, about a possible cure that doesn't require your death." Naruto stood, eyes narrowing slightly. "You're lying." "I'm not. We've been researching for 3 years, tracking down every legend, every myth, and we found something. A seal. Not from this world, not from this dimension. A seal that can transfer curses from one person to another." Naruto's dead eyes flickered with something almost like hope. "Transfer? Give your curse to someone else. Someone who volunteers, someone who's willing to bear the burden so you can live free." "No one would volunteer for this." Pain smiled. "Wouldn't they? For the right price? For enough power? We have people in our organization who'd gladly accept a curse in exchange for immortality and death magic." It was tempting, so desperately tempting, but Naruto's empty mind processed the logic coldly. "You're Akatsuki. You want the Nine Tails. This is a trap." "Perhaps. But even if it is, don't you want to at least see the seal? Know if the option exists?" Naruto was quiet for a long moment, then, "Where?" "Come with me. I'll show you." Naruto looked at the crystal. Hotaru was so close to waking. So close, but if this seal was real... "Fine," he said. "Show me." He followed Pain out of the cave, Kurama padding silently behind. Neither of them saw the crystal pulse once, golden light intensifying. Neither of them saw Hotaru's eyes flutter. Neither of them saw her take a deeper breath. The crystal pulsed once more, golden light intensifying, cracks forming along its surface with soft crystalline sounds. Inside, Hotaru's chest rose and fell with increasing strength, black veins receding millimeter by millimeter as the curse's grip weakened. But Naruto was already following Pain through the forest, Kurama padding silently beside him in wolf form, neither aware that everything was about to change. They moved fast, Pain's Rinnegan eyes occasionally glancing back to ensure Naruto followed. The terrain shifted from dense woods to rocky outcroppings, then to a wasteland where nothing grew. Evidence of old battles, old deaths. Naruto's empty mind processed details with mechanical precision. Pain's chakra signature fluctuated every 30 seconds. Nervous tension. The route was too direct, too convenient. Like leading an animal to slaughter, Naruto sensed other chakra signatures ahead. Multiple, powerful, positioned in what any tactician would recognize as an ambush formation. "Kit," Kurama's voice whispered in his mind. "This is a trap. You know this is a trap." "Yes," Naruto replied mentally, voice flat even in his own thoughts. "I know. And you're walking into it anyway? If there's even a 1% chance the seal exists, I'll take it. And if it doesn't..." Naruto's hands clenched slightly. "Then I'll kill everyone responsible for wasting my time, for making me leave her alone." Kurama was silent, understanding the terrible math Naruto had become. Hope versus vengeance, balanced on a razor's edge, with corpses on both sides. They arrived at an abandoned temple, ancient stone covered in moss and decay. The structure was massive, built in an architectural style that predated the current shinobi villages. Stone pillars rose like skeletal fingers toward a gray sky, and waiting inside, arranged in a semicircle, stood the Akatsuki. All of them. Pain stood at the center, orange hair bright against his black cloak. Beside him, Conan hovered, paper wings spread. Itachi Uchiha leaned against a pillar, Sharingan eyes closed as if sleeping. Kasame grinned, Samehada wrapped in fresh bandages after its reconstruction. Deidara played with clay, fingers twitching. Sasori hid within Hiriko, only his tail visible. Hidan polished his scythe, muttering prayers. Kakuzu counted money with 2 of his 5 hearts visible through torn clothing. And Zetsu, both white and black halves, emerged from the ground like a plant growing in fast forward, Naruto stopped at the temple entrance, surveying them all with dead eyes. "No seal," he said flatly. "This is an ambush." Pain had the decency not to lie. "There is no seal that can transfer curses. That was an exaggeration. But we do have a solution, a real solution." "Explain," quickly. Pain gestured to the shadows behind the pillars, where a massive statue loomed, the Gedo Mazo, husk of the 10 tails, with 7 of 9 Biju already sealed inside. Its eyeless face stared at nothing, chains binding its form. "We're gathering the tailed beasts," Pain continued. "When all 9 are sealed, we'll revive the 10 tails. With that power, the power of the Sage of 6 Paths himself, we can reshape reality, the infinite Tsukuyomi, a world where everyone's dreams come true, a world where your curse never existed, where your girl never died." Naruto stared at the statue, analyzed the claim with his empty, logical mind. The 10 tails power doesn't erase the past, it creates illusions, genjutsu on a planetary scale. She'd still be dead. The dream would be a lie. "But you'd be happy in that lie," Conan said softly, stepping forward. "Isn't that what you want? To be happy? To have her back even if it's not real?" "No," the word was absolute, final. "I want her back, the real her, not a dream, not an illusion, her. And if that's impossible, then I want to die trying. But I will not settle for a false happiness built on lies and the enslavement of billions." Pain's expression hardened. "Then we have a problem. We need the 9 tails. You're the Jinchuriki. We were hoping you'd give it willingly, seeing the benefits. But if you refuse, you'll try to take it by force," Naruto finished. "And you'll fail, and you'll die. All of you." Kasame laughed, the sound echoing through the temple. "Big words for a brat. You really think you can take all of us?" Naruto's eyes swept across them, calculating, measuring. 9 S-rank criminals, the most dangerous organization in the shinobi world, collectively responsible for hundreds of deaths, the fall of nations, the capture of multiple Biju, against one cursed boy with death magic and nothing left to lose. "I don't think," Naruto said, black miasma starting to swirl around his feet. "I know." The temperature dropped 10 degrees. Frost formed on the stone pillars. Moss within a 20-meter radius died, turning black and crumbling. Pain raised one hand, about to give the attack order. Naruto spoke first, voice flat and terrible. "You made me leave her alone. You gave me false hope. You lied to me." His eyes began to glow, faint black energy pulsing in his irises. "That was your last mistake. Deidara attacked first. Art is an explosion, yeah!" His hands dipped into clay pouches, pulling out dozens of explosive spiders that scurried across the ground toward Naruto with frightening speed. Naruto didn't move, didn't even look at the approaching explosives. Death wave. Pulse, black energy erupted from his body in an expanding sphere, moving faster than the spiders could scurry. The clay constructs hit the wave and dissolved, turning to ash mid-crawl. Not exploded, not dispersed, made at the molecular level. "What?" Deidara stumbled back. "That's impossible! My art is eternal, yeah!" Naruto turned his dead eyes on the bomber. "Your art is chakra and earth mixed with your explosive bloodline. I just killed the chakra. Now it's just dirt." He snapped his fingers. A death orb materialized directly beside Deidara's left arm, the one with a mouth that ate clay. The sphere pulsed. Deidara screamed as his arm turned gray, flesh rotting, muscle and bone crumbling to ash in seconds. The severed limb hit the ground and dissolved into fine dust. My arm, you bastard, I'll..." Living magic gargoyle strike. Crack. The ground beneath Deidara exploded as a stone construct erupted upward, fist the size of a person slamming into the bomber's chest. Ribs shattered, blood sprayed. Deidara flew backward, crashing through a stone pillar embedded in the rubble. Total time elapsed, 4 seconds. "Deidara!" Sasori's voice screeched from within Hiruko. "You'll pay for that!" The puppet's mouth opened, launching a barrage of senbon needles, hundreds of them, all coated in deadly poison, creating a wall of death that should have been impossible to dodge. Naruto raised one hand, palm out. Death pillar. Boom! A column of pure black energy erupted from the ground directly in front of him, 10 meters wide, shooting upward through the temple ceiling, punching through stone and sky. The senbon hit the pillar and evaporated. Poison and metal turned to nothing. The pillar lasted 3 seconds before dissipating. When it faded, there was a hole in the temple, ground to ceiling to sky, where solid matter had been completely erased. Sasori stared. That's not possible with chakra. What are you?" Naruto didn't answer. He slammed both hands on the ground. Living magic, gargoyle army! Crack, 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 crack! The earth shattered as dozens, no, hundreds of stone constructs tore themselves free. Gargoyles 8 feet tall with glowing red eyes and blade-like fingers. They surrounded Sasori's position, cutting off escape. Sasori abandoned Hiriko immediately. Puppet body exploding outward as the true Sasori, a living core inside a puppet shell, launched 100 human puppets simultaneously. Each puppet was a former ninja, each armed with weapons and toxic gas, creating a cloud of death. The gargoyles charged. What followed was a massacre. Stone fists smashed through puppet bodies. Blade fingers shredded wooden limbs. One gargoyle grabbed a puppet and tore it in half lengthwise. Another crushed a puppet's head under its foot like a grape. Sasori's 100-puppet army, his masterpiece, was being destroyed. No, no, these are irreplaceable. Each one is art. Sasori tried to retreat into his core puppet body, the one that housed his living heart. A death orb materialized inside the puppet's chest cavity. Pulse. The puppet rotted from the inside out, wood turning black and crumbling. Sasori's living core was exposed, a grotesque human heart and spine attached to chakra threads. A gargoyle's fist came down like a hammer. Crunch. Sasori's core shattered. The heart burst, the spine snapped. The legendary puppet master, who turned himself into a living puppet to achieve immortality, died instantly. His final thought, "This isn't possible." Total time elapsed, 15 seconds. Jashin will feast on your soul. Hidan charged, scythe swinging in a wide arc, cable trailing behind it. The blade should have taken Naruto's head off in a single strike. Naruto caught the scythe blade with his bare hand. Hidan's eyes widened. What the? The scythe rotted. Metal turned black, corroding, spreading from where Naruto's fingers touched. In seconds, the legendary weapon, blessed by Jashin himself, crumbled to rust. Hidan stared at the ruined weapon. "My scythe! Jashin gave me that scythe!" "Your god is weak," Naruto said flatly. "Death magic predates all gods in this world. Your Jashin is nothing compared to Ankheserim." Hidan's face twisted with rage. "I'll kill you with my bare hands." He lunged forward, immortality making him fearless. Naruto placed one hand on Hidan's chest. "You worship death. You think your immortality makes you special. Let me show you what real death looks like." Black energy flooded into Hidan's body through the point of contact. Not through his chakra network. Hidan barely had one, but through his life force itself. Hidan's immortality was granted by Jashin, a blessing from a god. Naruto's death magic was Ankheserim's curse. A curse from a being that created and destroyed gods. The two powers collided inside Hidan's body, and death magic won. Hidan's eyes went wide. He felt his immortality burning away, stripped from him like skin being peeled. No, this is impossible. Jashin promised me eternal life." "Eternity ends," Naruto said. "Everything ends." Hidan's body began to age, not slowly, rapidly. 30 years, 50, 100, 200. His skin wrinkled, his hair turned white, then fell out. His bones became brittle, his muscles atrophied. In 10 seconds, Hidan aged 3 centuries, body experiencing all the time his immortality had stolen. His scream was cut short as his vocal cords withered. His body collapsed into dust, a pile of ash where a man had been standing. Kakuzu watched, all 5 of his hearts beating rapidly in his chest. "Hidan, you killed Hidan. He was unkillable." "Nothing is unkillable," Naruto replied. "Some things just haven't found their death yet. You're next." Kakuzu's body split, 5 masked entities separating, each housing one of his hearts. Fire, wind, lightning, water, earth, all 5 elements stolen from powerful ninja he'd killed over 90 years. "I've lived for almost a century," Kakuzu snarled. "I've killed thousands. I won't fall to some cursed brat." The 5 masks attacked simultaneously. Fire mask, fire style searing migraine. Water mask, water style like tearing torrent. Wind mask, wind style pressure damage. Lightning mask, lightning style false darkness. Earth mask, earth style earth spear. 5 elemental attacks from 5 directions, timed perfectly to hit Naruto at the exact same instant. It was a strategy Kakuzu had perfected over decades, overwhelming opponents with simultaneous multi-elemental assault. Naruto raised both hands to the sky. Death Pillar. 5-fold burst. Crack, 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 crack. 5 columns of black energy erupted from the ground beneath each mask, shooting upward simultaneously. The elemental attacks hit the pillars and evaporated. Fire turned to cold air. Water turned to nothing. Wind ceased existing. The masks screamed, an unholy sound, as death magic tore through them. The hearts inside each mask stopped. Life force ripped away violently. All 5 hearts died at once. Kakuzu's body, his original body that connected the masks, collapsed, threads snapping, limbs going limp. The legendary bounty hunter, who'd fought the first Hokage and survived, who'd accumulated a fortune through assassination, died surrounded by his own failed techniques. His final thought, what a waste of money. Total time elapsed, 30 seconds. Kasame watched 4 of his comrades die in half a minute and decided, this is above my pay grade. Fuck this! He slammed Samehada into the ground, using it as a springboard to leap backward, forming hand seals midair. Water style, great shark bullet. A massive shark made of water, easily the size of a house, erupted from his mouth, jaws wide enough to swallow Naruto whole. The shark's eyes gleamed with Kasame's chakra. Guided by his will, Naruto pointed at the shark. Death orb. A sphere of black energy, no larger than a fist, materialized in front of the water construct Pulse. The shark hit the death orb and evaporated, not dispersed back into water, evaporated into nothing. The chakra that formed it was killed, turned into non-existence. Kasame landed on the far side of the temple, breathing hard. What the hell is that technique? My sharks are made of pure chakra. How can you kill chakra? Death doesn't discriminate, Naruto said, walking toward him with measured steps. Life, chakra, matter, energy, all of it can die. All of it will die. That's the curse. Kasame grabbed Samehada, preparing to fuse with it. His ultimate technique that turned him into a half-shark, half-human hybrid with overwhelming power. The sword screamed. Samehada, sentient, alive in its own way, refused to fuse. It recognized death magic, recognized the aura of wrong that surrounded Naruto. And every survival instinct the sword possessed screamed, stay away. Kasame stared at his own weapon in betrayal. Samehada, you've never refused me before. The sword pulled away from his hand, scales rippling with fear. Even your sword knows, Naruto said. You can't win. None of you can. He raised one hand. Kasame made a desperate decision. He bit his thumb, smeared blood on the ground. Summoning jutsu, poof! A massive shark, the size of a small building, appeared in a cloud of smoke. It was Kasame's personal summon, a creature he'd formed a contract with decades ago. The shark took one look at Naruto, felt the death aura, and immediately reversed the summoning, poofing back to its home dimension without even attacking. Kasame stood alone, betrayed by his sword, abandoned by his summon. Naruto walked up to him until they were 5 meters apart. I'll give you a choice, Naruto said quietly. Die fast or die slow. Kasame laughed, a broken sound. You know what? I was a missing nin from the hidden mist. I've done terrible things, killed good people, killed innocents. Maybe this is karma. Maybe I deserve this. He dropped Samehada, spread his arms. Make it fast, kid. No point in prolonging it. Naruto nodded once, respecting the honesty. Death orb. The sphere appeared directly over Kasame's head, Pulse. Kasame's eyes went blank. His body turned gray, then black, flesh becoming ash. In 3 seconds, he was a statue of dust. A breeze blew through the temple, scattering the ashes. Kasame's final thought, well, that wasn't so bad. Total time elapsed 1 minute. 5 Akatsuki members dead, 4 remaining. Itachi Uchiha finally opened his eyes, Mangekyo Sharingan spinning. He'd been watching the entire fight, analyzing every technique, every movement. Impressive, Itachi said calmly, despite the massacre he just witnessed. But genjutsu is different from physical attacks. You can't kill illusions. His eyes focused on Naruto. Tsukuyomi. The world shifted, colors inverted, time froze. Naruto found himself standing in a red-tinted dimension, tied to a cross, surrounded by countless copies of Itachi. In this world, I control space, matter, and time. Itachi's voice echoed from every direction. You'll experience 72 hours of torture in an instant. By the time I'm done, your mind will be broken. The Itachi copies raised swords, preparing to stab Naruto simultaneously. Naruto looked around the genjutsu world with empty eyes. Then he laughed, a hollow, terrible sound. You think this is torture? You think 72 hours of pain means anything to me? His eyes began to glow, black energy intensifying. I've been tortured by this curse for 13 years. I've felt nothing but emptiness for over a decade. I've killed everyone I cared about. I've tried to kill myself hundreds of times. I'm a walking corpse animated only by purpose. The genjutsu world shook. Your illusion has nothing to latch onto. No fear, no pain, no emotions, just void. Crack. The Tsukuyomi world shattered like glass, fragments dissolving into nothing. Itachi's eyes went wide as his most powerful genjutsu was broken from the inside through sheer emotional emptiness. Back in reality, Itachi stumbled, blood leaking from his eyes. Impossible, he whispered. The Tsukuyomi has never been broken that way. You didn't dispel it. You were just so empty it had nothing to affect. Naruto walked toward him. Itachi wiped blood from his eyes, vision blurring. He formed hand seals, desperation creeping into his movements. Amaterasu! Black flames erupted from Itachi's right eye, spreading across Naruto's body. The flames that burned forever. The flames that couldn't be extinguished. The flames that burned even other flames. Naruto stopped walking. The black flames covered him completely, turning him into a human torch. Itachi breathed hard, chakra reserves depleting rapidly. His illness, the disease that would kill him within a year, made using Mangekyo techniques dangerous. But if it stopped this monster, the flames died, not extinguished. Died. The Amaterasu, powered by Itachi's chakra and Mangekyo bloodline, simply ceased to exist. The death aura surrounding Naruto was so concentrated that even chakra flames couldn't survive in proximity. Naruto stood unburned, clothes intact. Your flames are chakra. Chakra is a form of life energy. I kill life energy. He raised one hand. Last chance, Itachi Uchiha. Leave. Now, find your brother. Tell him what real power looks like, then die on your own terms with whatever time you have left. Itachi analyzed the situation with the cold logic that had made him Anbu captain at 13. 5 comrades dead, his strongest genjutsu broken, his Amaterasu useless, and he could feel it, the wrongness radiating from Naruto, the absolute certainty that continuing this fight meant death. He had one technique left, Susanoo, the ultimate defense and offense combined. But looking at Naruto, at the death magic swirling around him, Itachi knew Susanoo wouldn't be enough. You're dying, Naruto observed, seeing the signs, labored breathing, bloody eyes, trembling hands, disease, maybe a year left. The curse would be mercy compared to what's coming. Itachi's jaw clenched. I have things I need to do before I die, wrongs to right. Then go right them. This fight is over. Itachi stared at him for a long moment, then nodded once sharply. He turned and walked toward the temple exit, Sharingan deactivating, shoulders slumped with exhaustion and acceptance. Tell Sasuke, Naruto called after him. Tell him revenge is meaningless. Tell him I removed the curse mark from his body, so he's free of Orochimaru's influence. Tell him to live his own life, not one defined by hatred. Itachi paused at the doorway. Why do you care about Sasuke? I don't, but you do, and Sasuke reminded me of. Naruto trailed off, something flickering in his empty eyes, a memory of a white-haired brother from a life he didn't remember. Someone I failed to save. Itachi vanished in a murder of crows, leaving 3 Akatsuki members remaining. Konan floated down from the ceiling, paper wings spread, hundreds of paper butterflies swirling around her. You're powerful, but can you handle this? Paper bomb storm. The butterflies exploded, transforming mid-flight into paper bombs, thousands of them. Enough explosives to level a small village, all detonating simultaneously. Boom, 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 boom. The temple shook. Explosions tore through stone pillars. Fire and smoke filled the air. The shockwave was enough to shatter eardrums, crack ribs, pulverize organs. When the smoke cleared, Naruto stood in a crater, surrounded by dead earth where grass had been growing. Not a scratch on him. The death aura had absorbed the explosive chakra, turning it to nothing before the kinetic force could reach him. Konan's eyes widened. You're not human. No, Naruto agreed. I'm not, he pointed at her. Last warning, leave. I don't want to kill you, but I will if you don't run. Konan looked at Pain, at Nagato, the man she loved, the man she'd followed for decades. He was hidden in his mechanical walker somewhere nearby, controlling the 6 paths of Pain remotely. Pain's Diva Path spoke. Konan, retreat. Inform the others that the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki is too dangerous to engage. Revise our plans. Konan hesitated, then nodded, paper wings beating once before she flew through the hole in the ceiling, escaping into the sky. That left Pain and Zetsu, the 6 paths of Pain, Deva, Asura, Human, Animal, Preta, and Naraka, surrounded Naruto in a hexagonal formation. 6 bodies, 1 mind, coordinated perfectly. You've proven yourself strong, Pain said through the Diva Path. Stronger than anyone I've fought except Hanzo the Salamander. But you haven't faced God yet. You're not a god, Naruto replied. You're a cripple hiding in a machine, puppeting corpses through black receivers. I can see them, the chakra rods in their bodies, the invisible threads of chakra connecting them to you. His eyes glowed brighter. I know where you're really hiding, Nagato. All 6 pains tensed. Shinra Tensei! The Deva Path thrust forward its hand, releasing a massive repulsive force. Everything within a 50-meter radius should have been blasted away. Trees, rocks, people, everything. The repulsive force hit Naruto and stopped. Pressed against the death aura and couldn't penetrate. Chakra-based techniques simply died when they touched Naruto's curse. Universal pull. The Deva Path reversed the technique, trying to pull Naruto toward it, into range for the other path's attacks. Naruto allowed himself to be pulled. He shot forward, closing the distance in an instant. Then he grabbed the Deva Path's face with his bare hand. Black energy flooded into the corpse. The body turned gray, flesh rotting, but more importantly, the chakra receivers inside corroded. The connection to Nagato severed. The Deva Path collapsed, a lifeless corpse once more. One down, Naruto said. The Asura Path transformed its arms into missile launchers, firing a barrage of chakra-enhanced projectiles. Living magic. Stone wall. Crack! A wall of solid stone erupted from the ground, 10 meters thick. The missiles exploded against it, cracking the stone but not penetrating. Naruto thrust his hand through the wall, fingers emerging on the other side to point at the Asura Path. Death orb. The sphere materialized directly in front of the Asura Path's chest, pulse. The mechanical augmentations rotted. Flesh turned to ash. The body collapsed. 2 down. The animal path summoned a massive 3-headed dog, each head larger than a bear, teeth like swords. Naruto snapped his fingers. Living magic Gargoyle King. Crack! A stone construct 15 feet tall ripped itself from the earth, a golem shaped like an armored warrior with glowing red eyes and fists the size of barrels. The 3-headed dog lunged. The Gargoyle King backhanded it mid-leap, sending it crashing through a temple pillar. The dog whimpered, stunned. Naruto pointed at the animal path. Death wave. Pulse. Black energy washed over the animal path. The body rotted. Chakra receivers corroded, connections severed. 3 down. The human path and Preda path attacked simultaneously, one trying to rip out Naruto's soul, the other trying to absorb his chakra. Naruto let them touch him. The human path's hand closed around Naruto's chest. It yanked, pulling at his soul. But Naruto's soul was strange, warped by death magic, reinforced by 13 years of suffering, merged with Kurama's demonic chakra. When the human path tried to pull it, the soul fought back. And more than that, death magic flowed through the connection. The human path's arm turned black, rotting from the hand upward. The Preda path tried to absorb Naruto's chakra. But what it absorbed wasn't just chakra. It was death magic mixed with chakra, a hybrid energy that the Rinnegan couldn't properly process. The Preda path began to rot from the inside out, unable to digest the foreign power. Both paths collapsed simultaneously. 5 down. Only the Naraka path remained, the one that could revive the other paths by feeding them to the King of Hell. Naruto walked toward it slowly, deliberately. The Naraka path summoned the King of Hell, a massive spectral being with a grotesque face, mouth wide enough to swallow a person whole. Naruto looked at the King of Hell with empty eyes. A construct made of pure chakra. Interesting. He placed his hand on the King of Hell's face, but still just chakra. Death magic flooded into the construct. The King of Hell screamed, a sound that shook the temple foundations as it was unmade. Dissolving from solid form to wisps of energy to nothing, the Naraka path stumbled, losing balance as its primary ability was destroyed. Naruto grabbed its head. It's over. All 6 paths are dead or dying. Now it's time to face the real you. He crushed the skull with enhanced strength, shattering bone and brain matter. The 6 paths of pain collapsed, all connection to Nagato severed. Naruto closed his eyes, focusing his senses. He could feel Nagato's chakra signature now, no longer hidden behind the path's interference. 300 meters away, underground in a hidden chamber, he walked in that direction, each step leaving dead earth. Kurama padded beside him. You know he's dangerous, kid. The Rinnegan has techniques you haven't seen yet. I know, but he's also weak, crippled, dying from overuse of the Rinnegan. This fight is already over. Naruto reached a section of the temple floor where stone tiles were arranged in a hidden pattern. He slammed his fist down. Crack! The floor shattered, revealing a staircase leading down into darkness. He descended. The chamber at the bottom was surprisingly small. Mechanical equipment lined the walls, life support systems, chakra amplifiers, monitoring devices, and in the center, connected to all of it by dozens of tubes and wires, sat Nagato, emaciated, skeletal, red hair limp and lifeless, Rinnegan eyes glowing faintly in a face that looked like a living corpse. Nagato looked up at Naruto with those ancient eyes. You found me. Impressive. You're dying, Naruto observed. The Rinnegan is killing you, burning through your life force every time you use it. Maybe 6 months left, less if you keep fighting. Nagato's lips curved in something that might have been a smile. Perceptive, yes, I'm dying. But before I die, I'll create a world without pain, without suffering. That's my dream, my purpose. By enslaving billions in an illusion, by becoming a god. Naruto's voice was flat. You're delusional, and you're not. Nagato's voice rose as much as his weakened body could manage. You walk around with a corpse on your back, a girl frozen in time, dead but not buried because you can't accept reality. Who's more delusional, me who wants to save the world, or you who can't even save one person? The words hit harder than any attack. Naruto's hands clenched, black miasma swirling violently. You know nothing about my pain, don't I? I've lost everything too, friends, family, my legs, my health. I know pain, and I chose to end it. You just wallow in it. Naruto walked forward until he stood directly in front of Nagato, close enough to touch. You want to end pain, Naruto said quietly. But pain has purpose. It teaches, it shapes, it makes us human. A world without pain is a world without growth, without meaning. He placed his hand on the mechanical walker. I won't kill you, Nagato. That would be mercy. Instead, you'll live. You'll feel the pain of failure. You'll know that your grand plan, your noble goal, died here, and you'll spend your remaining 6 months thinking about all the people you killed for nothing. Black energy flooded into the machinery, metal corroded, wires rotted. The life support systems failed. Nagato gasped as tubes disconnected, alarms blaring. But the Ghetto Mazo, the husk of the 10 tails that Nagato had been using, was connected to this chamber. Naruto could feel it. Death Pillar. A column of black energy erupted through the ceiling, piercing the Ghetto Mazo in the temple above. The statue screamed, an impossible sound from a supposedly inanimate object. As death magic tore through it, the 7 Biju sealed inside roared, feeling the pain of their prison being destroyed. The Ghetto Mazo cracked, massive fractures spreading across its surface. The Biju chakra began leaking, unable to be contained by the damaged vessel. Naruto absorbed it, drew it into himself through sheer force of will, pulling the Biju chakra through the death magic, filtering out the corruption, taking the power while leaving the consciousness intact. 1 tail, 2 tails, 3 tails, 4 tails, 5 tails, 6 tails, 7 tails. All of their chakra flooded into Naruto's system, mixing with Kurama's, creating a maelstrom of power inside his body. His eyes began to glow, no longer just black but gold ring black as the Biju chakra integrated with his curse. Nagato watched in horror. You're taking them? All of them? I need their power, Naruto said, voice echoing with multiple tones now, his own plus the whispers of 7 Biju. For the cure. For her. I'll use everything. Destroy everything. Become anything if it means saving her. The Ghetto Mazo collapsed, statue crumbling to dust. Nagato slumped in his broken walker, defeated. You've destroyed everything. The Akatsuki's plan is ruined. Years of work, gone. Good, Naruto said. He turned to leave, then paused. If you survive the next few months, use that time to think. Really think. About whether enslaving billions was ever justified. Whether your pain gave you the right to inflict pain on others. He walked up the stairs, leaving Nagato alone in the darkness. Kurama, who'd been silent through the entire exchange, finally spoke. That was harsh, kid. You could have killed him quickly. Death is mercy. Life is the punishment. He'll understand that now. They emerged from the underground chamber. The temple was in ruins. Bodies, or what remained of them, littered the ground. 5 Akatsuki members dead. 1 fled. 1 spared. 1 defeated. And standing at the temple entrance, having watched everything, was Zetsu both halves, white and black, stared at Naruto with expressions that were difficult to read. Impressive, Black Zetsu hissed. Very impressive. You've single-handedly destroyed the Akatsuki. ruined decades of planning, absorbed 7 Biju, and you did it all in less than 10 minutes. Naruto walked towards Zetsu, black and gold eyes glowing. You're next. Unless you have something useful to say. Oh, I do, Zetsu replied, grinning with both mouths. I have very useful information about your curse, about the cure, about the real way to save your precious girl. Naruto stopped. Explain, now, and if you're lying. I'm not lying, Black Zetsu interrupted. The Akatsuki lied about the seal, yes, but they told the truth about the divine tree, about the chakra fruit, about rewriting reality. The Gedo Mazo is destroyed, the Biju are scattered, your plan is ruined. My plan was never the Akatsuki's plan, Zetsu said cryptically. Their plan was Obito's delusion. My plan goes back centuries, and you, Black Wizard, are the perfect catalyst. Naruto's eyes narrowed. Explain everything. Leave nothing out, or I'll kill you slowly. Zetsu settled into the ground, only his head and upper torso visible, like a plant growing from soil. You have death magic, Zetsu began. Magic from outside this world, from a dimension where death and life are fundamental forces. Ank'Sarum's curse. In your dimension, magic and chakra are opposites. Life and death, creation and destruction. I know this, Naruto said impatiently. But here's what you don't know. The cure for Ank'Sarum's curse isn't removing the death magic, it's balancing it. Death magic on one side, life magic on the other, with you as the fulcrum in the middle. Naruto's breath caught. Life magic? The chakra fruit, Zetsu said, grinning wider. Pure concentrated life energy. When Kage Akatsuki consumed the original chakra fruit 1,000 years ago, she gained godlike power over chakra. But for you, someone cursed with death magic, consuming the fruit wouldn't just give you power, it would balance your curse. Death and life in perfect equilibrium. Kurama's ears perked up. Kit, this actually makes sense. Yin and yang, darkness and light. If death magic is killing you, life magic would counteract it. Naruto stared at Zetsu. How do I get this fruit? The Gedo Mazo is destroyed. The Gedo Mazo was just a husk. The real Ten-Tails still exists, sealed in the moon. And if you want to revive it, you need all 9 Biju, not just their chakra, but their physical forms. Then you plant the divine tree, let it bloom, and take the fruit. And how do I gather all 9 Biju? They're scattered across the world, guarded by villages, sealed inside Jinchuriki. Zetsu's grin became manic. That's the beautiful part. There's a war coming. The 4th Shinobi World War. Villages against villages. Jinchuriki will be deployed. Biju will be captured. Let them do the work for you. Then at the right moment, you swoop in and take everything. Who's orchestrating this war? Someone calling himself Madara Uchiha, though the real Madara is dead and this is just Obito Uchiha wearing his name. But that doesn't matter. The war will happen regardless. Use it. Let the nations weaken each other. Then take the Biju, plant the tree and consume the fruit. Naruto processed this. It was logical, efficient, but what do you get out of this? Naruto asked. You're not helping me from kindness. Black Zetsu's expression shifted, something ancient and terrible moving behind his eyes. I want Mother freed. Kaguya Otsutsuki, she's sealed in the moon, has been for a millennium. When you revive the Ten-Tails and plant the divine tree, she'll sense it. She'll try to manifest. All I want is to see her, to witness her return, even if it's brief. And if I refuse, if I decide to kill you now, then you'll never find the fruit, Zetsu said simply. I'm the only one who knows the exact ritual, the seals, the timing. Kill me, and you'll fumble around for years trying to figure it out while your girl remains frozen. It was blackmail, pure and simple. But Naruto didn't care about morality anymore, only results. Fine, he said, I'll participate in your war. I'll gather the Biju. I'll plant your tree. But if you're lying, if this is a trap, I'll make your death last years. Understood? Perfectly, Zetsu replied, sinking into the ground. I'll contact you when the war begins. Until then, Black Wizard, try not to kill too many people. We need some survivors to build the new world. Zetsu vanished, disappearing into the earth. Naruto stood alone in the ruined temple, surrounded by corpses and destruction, 7 Biju's worth of chakra swirling inside him. Kit, Kurama said quietly. Are you sure about this? Trusting Zetsu? That thing is ancient, dangerous. It has plans within plans. I don't trust it, Naruto replied. But its plan makes sense. The chakra fruit could balance the curse. Save Hotaru. Give us both freedom. At what cost? Any cost, Naruto said flatly. I've been paying costs for 13 years. What's a few more? He turned and walked out of the temple, stepping over Deidara's corpse, now missing an arm, Sasori's shattered core, Hidan's pile of ash, Kakuzu's lifeless body, and Kasame's scattered remains. 5 dead, 3 fled, 1 defeated. The Akatsuki was broken, and Naruto felt nothing about it. No guilt, no satisfaction, just emptiness. He walked back toward the cave where he'd left Hotaru, each step measured and mechanical. But as he got closer, he felt something wrong. The crystal's chakra signature was fluctuating, not steady like it had been for 5 years, changing. Naruto sprinted, covering miles in seconds, Kurama racing beside him. They burst into the cave and froze. The crystal was glowing like the sun itself. Cracks spread across its surface like a spider web. Golden light leaked from every fracture, and inside, Hotaru's eyes were open. "No," Naruto whispered, terror flooding his empty heart. "Not now, not yet. I don't have the cure yet. If you wake up now, the curse will..." Crack! A massive fracture split the crystal from top to bottom. "Stop!" Naruto screamed. "Stay frozen, please, just a little longer." Crack, 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 more fractures. The light intensified. Kurama's ears flattened. "Kit, she's waking up. You need to run. Get away before..." "I can't!" Naruto's voice broke. "If I leave, she'll wake up alone." Confused, scared, but if I stay... The crystal shattered, fragments flew outward, dissolving into motes of golden light before they hit the ground. The magic that had held Hotaru in stasis for 5 years was collapsing. Hotaru stumbled forward, gasping, hand clutching her chest. Her legs gave out immediately, muscles atrophied from 5 years of non-use. She fell. Naruto's instinct was to catch her. Every fiber of his being screamed to run forward, to hold her, to keep her from hitting the ground. But if he touched her, if he got close, the curse would activate. He forced himself to stay back, hands clenched into fists so tight his nails drew blood. Hotaru hit the cave floor hard, crying out in pain. "I'm sorry," Naruto whispered, tears streaming down his face for the first time in years. "I'm so sorry. I can't touch you. If I do, you'll die. Please understand, please." Hotaru looked up, vision blurry. She saw him, a figure in black, standing 10 meters away, tears on his face, hands shaking. "Naruto?" she whispered. Her voice was hoarse from 5 years of disuse. "Is that you?" "Stay back," Naruto begged. "Please, the curse is dormant, but if you get close, if I feel too much..." Hotaru tried to stand. Failed. Her legs were too weak. 5 years of stasis had left her muscles completely atrophied. "How long?" she started, then coughed. "How long was I asleep?" "5 years, Naruto said, voice cracking. "You've been frozen for 5 years. I've been searching for a cure. I found one, the chakra fruit, but I don't have it yet. You woke up too early. You need to." He gestured desperately at the cave walls. "You need to stay at least 30 meters away. The death zone is 20 meters. That gives us buffer." Hotaru looked at the distance between them. 10 meters. Not enough. She tried to crawl backward, putting more distance between them. Her arms shook with the effort. I'm sorry," she gasped. "I didn't mean to wake up early. The crystal just shattered. I couldn't control it." "It's not your fault," Naruto said, forcing his voice to steady, forcing his emotions down. "The curse has been getting weaker as I became more empty. That's why you were able to heal, why the black veins disappeared. But you're not cured yet. You're just in remission." Hotaru finally managed to crawl to a spot 25 meters away, pressing her back against the cave wall. She looked at Naruto, really looked at him. For the first time, he'd changed. Taller, lean but muscular. His blonde hair was longer, unkempt. His blue eyes were dead, no light in them, surrounded by black energy that pulsed faintly. He looked like he'd aged a decade in 5 years. "What happened to you?" she whispered. "I became empty," Naruto replied. "That was the only way to keep the curse dormant, to keep you alive. I shut down everything, every emotion, every feeling, became a machine running on programming, find cure, save Hotaru, nothing else mattered." Tears ran down Hotaru's face. You did that for me?" "Don't," Naruto said sharply. "Don't cry, don't feel grateful, don't feel anything for me. If you do, if I sense affection, the curse will." "I don't care," Hotaru interrupted. "You saved me. Carried me for 5 years, destroyed yourself trying to fix me. How can I not feel something?" Naruto backed toward the cave entrance, putting more distance between them. "Because if you feel something, and I respond and the curse activates, you'll die, and I'll have spent 5 years for nothing." He turned away, unable to look at her. I found the cure. The chakra fruit from the divine tree. It's pure life energy. If I consume it, it'll balance the death magic. Give me control. Then I can touch you, be near you, save you properly. How long until you get this fruit? I don't know. Months, maybe years. There's a war coming. I have to wait for it. Use it. Take advantage of the chaos to gather what I need. Hotaru absorbed this. Then I'll wait, however long it takes. You can't wait here, Naruto said. Not in a cave in the middle of nowhere. You need food, water, physical therapy to rebuild your muscles, medicine, care. Then where do I go? There's a hidden village, Naruto said, pulling a map from his cloak and tossing it toward her. It landed 5 meters away, close enough for her to reach without entering the death zone. The village hidden in the mountains, small, isolated. They don't ask questions. I've been gathering supplies there for years. They know me. Tell them the Black Wizard sent you. They'll take care of you. You're not coming with me? I can't. Naruto's voice cracked again. If I stay near you, I'll slip. I'll care. The curse will activate. You have to go alone. Heal alone. And when the time comes when I have the fruit, I'll find you. I promise I'll find you. Hotaru picked up the map with shaking hands. How will I know when you're ready? The whole world will know, Naruto said darkly. There'll be a war. The divine tree will bloom. The sky will change. And then I'll come for you. He walked to the cave entrance, stopping with his back to her. Kurama will go with you, he said. He can shrink to wolf size. He'll protect you, guide you. Make sure you reach the village safely. Kit, Kurama started to protest. Go, Naruto ordered. I don't need protection. She does. This is not negotiable. Kurama stared at his Jinchuriki for a long moment, then sighed and padded over to Hotaru, shrinking from his massive form to a wolf the size of a large dog. Stubborn brat, the fox muttered. Fine, I'll protect the girl, but you better not do anything stupid while I'm gone. I'll do what's necessary, Naruto replied. He looked back one last time, seeing Hotaru sitting against the cave wall, weak and fragile and alive. I will save you, he whispered. I swear on everything I am, on every person I've killed, on every year of emptiness, I will save you. Then he walked out of the cave and didn't look back. Behind him, Hotaru cried silently, clutching Kurama's fur, watching the only person who'd ever truly cared about her disappear into the darkness. 3 years passed. Naruto wandered the elemental nations like a ghost, staying on the periphery, observing but never engaging, age 16. He sensed Gaara, the one-tailed Jinchuriki, being captured by Akatsuki remnants, briefly considered intervening, decided against it. Gaara was rescued by Team Kakashi anyway. The one tail was temporarily extracted, but Gaara survived through Chiyo's forbidden technique. Naruto noted, the bijou can be extracted without immediately killing the host if medical support is present. Useful information, age 17. He tracked the Akatsuki's movements. Obito, calling himself Tobi. Then Madara had taken over leadership, rebuilt the organization with new members, continued hunting Jinchuriki 2 tails, captured from Yugito Ni, extracted. Host died. 3 tails, captured from the wild, no host. 4 tails, captured from Roshi, extracted, host died. 5 tails, captured from Han, extracted, host died. 6 tails, captured from Utakata, extracted, host died. Naruto watched from afar, not intervening. These deaths meant nothing to him. He'd killed hundreds himself. What were a few more? He still had 7 bijus worth of chakra inside him, absorbed from the shattered Geto Mazo. Only the 8 tails and 9 tails remained uncaptured, age 18. He sensed Jiraiya's death in the Rain Village, felt a flicker of grief, old affection for the godfather who'd occasionally bought him ramen, who tried to make him smile, the curse pulsed. Black miasma swirled around Naruto. Trees within 50 meters died. Naruto sat down and meditated for 6 hours until the emotion passed, until he was empty again. When he stood, he'd forgotten why he'd been sad. Throughout these years, he occasionally visited the hidden mountain village, always staying at least a kilometer away, using earth manipulation to create viewing platforms on distant cliffs. Through a telescope he'd stolen, he watched Hataru. She healed. Slowly, painfully, over 3 years, physical therapy rebuilt her atrophied muscles. She learned to walk again, to run, to fight. The village elders taught her their traditional martial arts, not chakra-based, but pure physical technique. Kurama stayed with her constantly, wolf form sleeping outside her door, accompanying her on errands, keeping her safe. Naruto watched her laugh with village children, watched her help in the gardens, planting flowers and vegetables, watched her become strong again. And each time he saw her smile, the curse pulsed, forcing him to suppress his affection, his relief, his desperate need to be near her. He became even emptier, carving away pieces of his humanity to maintain control. By age 19, Naruto was more corpse than person. He stopped eating unless collapse was imminent, stopped sleeping unless unconsciousness took him, stopped speaking to anyone. Even Kurama was gone, protecting Hotaru. He was a walking void, animated only by purpose. Save Hotaru, nothing else mattered. Nothing else existed. Age 19. Spring. The Fourth Shinobi World War began. Obito Uchiha, wearing the name Madara, declared war on the 5 great nations. His demands: give him the 8 tails and 9 tails Jinchuriki or face annihilation. The nations refused. The allied shinobi forces formed, 40,000 ninja from 5 nations, united for the first time in history. Obito's response: an army of 100,000 white Zetsu clones and dozens of Edo Tensei reanimated warriors. The war theater was enormous, spread across 3 fronts, with battles raging simultaneously. Naruto positioned himself on a mountain overlooking the main battlefield, watching through enhanced vision as 40,000 allied forces clashed with Zetsu clones. Ninjutsu flew through the air like fireworks. Earth walls rose and crumbled. Water torrents clashed with fire dragons. Lightning sparked across metal weapons. It was chaos. Beautiful, terrible chaos. And somewhere in that chaos, Obito was orchestrating the capture of the remaining Biju. Naruto felt it when the 8 tails was partially captured, Killer B nearly extracted before escaping. The chakra signature flickered, destabilized, then reformed. Then he felt it, the 10 tails, Obito and the real Madara Uchiha, revived through Edo Tensei, then brought back to full life through a forbidden technique, had gathered enough Biju chakra. Not all 9. They were missing most of the 8 tails and all of the 9 tails, but enough. The 10 tails was incomplete but active. The beast manifested on the battlefield, a massive thing with 10 tails thrashing, a single eye glowing red, bulk large enough to crush buildings just by moving. The allied forces attacked it. Thousands of ninja launching techniques simultaneously. The 10 tails roared, a sound that shook mountains and swatted them away like insects. Naruto watched, waited. This was his moment. The 10 tails was incomplete, vulnerable, and once it bloomed into the divine tree, the chakra fruit would form. All he had to do was take it. He stood, black cloak billowing in the wind. It's time. Naruto walked down the mountain, each step deliberate. The death zone around him spread 20 meters in all directions, grass dying, flowers rotting, insects dropping from the air. He reached the battlefield's edge, and the entire war stopped. Allied forces saw him first, a figure in black with a massive aura of wrong surrounding him. They recognized him from the bingo books, from legends, from nightmares. The Black Wizard, someone whispered. The whisper spread like wildfire. Within seconds, 40,000 ninja were staring at the figure who'd single-handedly destroyed the Akatsuki, who'd killed 5 S-rank criminals in 10 minutes, who'd fought Itachi Uchiha and won. Zetsu clones saw him and hesitated, some primal instinct warning them that this one was dangerous. Even the 10 tails noticed, its massive eye focusing on Naruto with something approaching wariness. Obito, standing on the 10 tails head, turned to look at the newcomer. His Sharingan spun. Who? Madara, standing beside Obito in his reanimated body, now fully alive through Rinna Rebirth, grinned. Well, the 9 tails Jinchuriki finally shows himself, and he's brought friends. Madara's Rinnegan eyes could see the 7 Biju's worth of chakra swirling inside Naruto's body. Naruto's voice carried across the battlefield, amplified by wind manipulation. I have no interest in your war, no interest in your villages, no interest in your alliances or your grudges. I want one thing, the chakra fruit. Give it to me and I'll leave. Refuse and I'll kill everyone here. Madara laughed. You think you can take the 10 tails from me? I've planned this for decades. I died and came back for this. You're just a child playing with power you don't understand. Naruto's eyes began to glow, black with gold rings, the 7 Biju chakra mixing with his death magic. I don't play, and I don't ask twice. He raised both hands to the sky. Living magic, Demon King's army. Crack, 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 crack. The ground across a 3-mile radius shattered. Stone hands erupted from beneath the earth. Gargoyles pulled themselves free, not dozens, not hundreds, but thousands. Each one 10 feet tall, eyes glowing red, fingers like blades. But that wasn't all. Living magic, Aetherius Legion. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Dark energy coalesced in the air, forming demons. Not gargoyles, actual demons. Beings made from concentrated death magic, given form and purpose. They had humanoid shapes but wrong proportions. Too many limbs, too many eyes, mouths full of jagged teeth, skin that shimmered with dark energy. 100 Aetherius demons manifested. The allied forces watched in horror as an army of darkness spread across the battlefield. "What the hell is that?" a Jonin screamed. "It's not chakra-based," a sensor ninja reported. "I can't detect it properly. It's like it doesn't exist in our dimensional space." Naruto lowered his hands. Attack! The demon army charged. Gargoyles slammed into Zetsu clones, stone fists pulverizing white bodies. Aetherius demons tore through shinobi ranks, allied and Zetsu both, killing indiscriminately. A demon grabbed a Chunin and absorbed him, the ninja's body dissolving into dark energy that made the demon grow larger. A gargoyle caught a Zetsu clone and crushed it. App then reanimated the corpse using living magic, turning enemy into ally. The battlefield descended into chaos. Allied forces tried to fight the demons. Fire style set them ablaze, but they kept moving, burning but alive. Water style washed over them, but they just walked through it. Earth style trapped them, they broke free. Lightning style struck them, they absorbed it. "They're immortal," someone screamed. "Not immortal," a voice corrected. It was Shikamaru Nara, tactical genius of Konoha, observing from a command post. "They're regenerating. They're made from the Black Wizard's chakra. Know his magic, different energy source. Our techniques can damage them but not kill them." "Then how do we stop them?" "We don't," Shikamaru said grimly. "We survive until he gets what he wants and leaves. Fighting him is suicide." The Ten Tails, seeing its army being overwhelmed, roared and attacked directly. Its tails thrashed, each one large enough to level a building. One tail struck the ground, creating a crater 100 meters wide. Naruto walked toward the beast, unhurried, as his demon army kept the allied forces occupied. Madara dropped down to intercept, landing in front of Naruto. "You're strong, I'll acknowledge that. But do you really think you can face me? I have the Rinnegan. I have Hashirama's cells. I have the power of the Sage of Six Paths himself." "You have borrowed power," Naruto replied, "stolen from corpses and legends. I have earned mine through suffering." Madara attacked. Limbo, border jail. 4 invisible clones attacked from the parallel dimension, striking at Naruto from 4 angles simultaneously. Naruto didn't even look. Death wave. Pulse, black energy exploded outward in a sphere. The Limbo clones, existing in a parallel dimension, died anyway. Death magic didn't care about dimensional boundaries. It killed across space and time. Madara's eyes widened. "Impossible! My Limbo exists in a dimension only Rinnegan can see." "How did you?" "Your techniques are based on chakra," Naruto interrupted. "Mine are based on death. Death exists in all dimensions, all times, all spaces. Your tricks mean nothing." He pointed at Madara. "Death pillar." Crack! A column of black energy erupted beneath Madara. The legendary Uchiha leaped backward, barely avoiding it, but the edge of the pillar caught his left arm. The arm turned black, rotted. Fell off, crumbling to ash before it hit the ground. Madara landed, staring at his missing arm in shock. You killed my arm? Completely? Hashirama's regeneration isn't working." "Because I didn't damage it. I erased it. There's nothing left to regenerate." Madara's face twisted with rage. Enough. He formed hand seals with his remaining arm, chakra flooding his system. Wood style, deep forest emergence. Massive trees erupted from the ground, spreading across the battlefield, roots thick as houses, branches that could impale a person. The trees tried to wrap around Naruto, to bind him, to crush him. The trees touched the death zone and died, turned black, rotted, collapsed. "Everything dies, Madara," Naruto said. "Your jutsu, your dreams, your legend, all of it turns to ash eventually." He walked forward, stepping over Madara's rotting trees. "Now move, or become ash yourself." Madara tried infinite Tsukuyomi, projecting the Rinnegan's power through the Ten Tails' left, eye to cast Genjutsu on the entire battlefield. Red light washed over everyone. 40,000 ninja collapsed, caught in the illusion, dreaming their perfect worlds, but Naruto walked through it. The Genjutsu couldn't latch onto his mind. It was too empty, too damaged by 13 years of curse. Your illusions don't work on me, Naruto said. I'm already in hell. Your dreams are meaningless. He walked past Madara, leaving the legendary Uchiha one-armed and defeated. The 10 Tails roared, recognizing the greater threat. All 10 Tails struck at once, moving faster than sound, each one carrying enough force to shatter mountains. Naruto raised one hand. Living magic, absorption. Black energy erupted from his palm, forming a massive spiral that caught the 10 Tails' tails. The death magic wrapped around them, penetrated them, infected them. The 10 Tails screamed as its own life force was drained, pulled into Naruto's body through the connection. No! Obito screamed from his position on the beast's head. You can't! The 10 Tails is mine! I need it for infinite Tsukuyomi, for the perfect world. Naruto looked up at Obito with dead eyes. Your perfect world is a lie, and I don't care about lies, only truth. And the truth is, I'm taking this beast. He slammed his other hand on the 10 Tails' flesh, both palms now in contact. Living magic, corruption. Death magic flooded into the 10 Tails' massive body. Black veins spread across its flesh, corrupting it at the cellular level, turning pure life energy into a hybrid of life and death. The 10 Tails convulsed, tails thrashing wildly, destroying the landscape. Mountains crumbled, lakes evaporated, the sky turned red. And then something changed. The 10 Tails began to transform. Its body elongated, limbs becoming trunk, tails becoming branches. Roots dug deep into the earth, spreading for miles. The divine tree was blooming, but it was corrupted. Instead of pure white bark, it was black and red, pulsing with veins of death magic. Instead of green leaves, the branches sprouted crystals that glowed with dark energy. And at the very top, visible even from miles away, a fruit began to form, not the usual golden fruit of legend. This one was half gold, half black. Life and death in a single sphere, pulsing with power that made reality bend around it. The allied forces, those not caught in infinite Tsukuyomi, stared in awe and terror. What is that? Kakashi Hatake whispered, his Sharingan barely able to process what he was seeing. That's the chakra fruit, Shikamaru replied, voice shaking. But wrong, corrupted by that monster's death magic. If he eats that, he'll become I don't even know what, a god maybe, or something worse. Naruto didn't waste time. He flew up, using wind manipulation to launch himself at incredible speed, ascending the divine tree's trunk. Madara tried to stop him. Wood style, nativity of a world of trees. More trees erupted, trying to intercept, trying to wrap around Naruto mid-flight. Naruto didn't even slow. The trees died the moment they touched his death aura. Obito tried Kamui, intangibility phasing him to intercept Naruto's path. Naruto grabbed Obito mid-phase. Somehow, impossibly, his hand caught Obito's arm through the intangibility. Death touch. Black energy flooded into Obito through the contact. Obito screamed, feeling his chakra network being killed, his Manjikyo Sharingan burning as death magic invaded his system. Naruto threw Obito away, sending him crashing to the ground miles below. Then Naruto reached the top of the divine tree. The fruit hung before him, pulsing, half gold and half black, radiating power that made the air shimmer. He reached out and picked it with trembling hands. This was it. 13 years of suffering, 13 years of searching, 13 years of becoming empty, all for this moment. He looked at the fruit, really looked at it, felt the life energy radiating from the gold half, felt the death energy resonating with the black half. Perfect balance, perfect harmony. This would cure the curse, would let him control it instead of being controlled, would let him be near Hotaru, touch her, hold her, save her. Naruto closed his eyes, thinking of Hotaru's face, her smile, her warmth. Then he bit into the fruit. The moment the chakra fruit's flesh touched his tongue, everything changed. Energy exploded through his system. Not violent, not painful, but overwhelming. Life energy from the gold half flooded his chakra network, blazing through pathways that had been dormant for years, reactivating systems he'd shut down to survive. Death energy from the black half resonated with his curse, amplifying it, harmonizing with it. The two energies clashed inside his body, life trying to create, death trying to destroy. They spiraled around each other, yin and yang, creation and annihilation. And Naruto, at the center of it all, became the fulcrum, the balance point between two fundamental forces. The curse screamed inside him, fighting the life energy, trying to reject it, trying to kill it, but Naruto's will was absolute. Submit, he roared, not with his voice but with his soul, commanding both energies, forcing them to obey. The curse fought, thrashed, tried to overwhelm him. Naruto pushed back, used 13 years of suffering, 13 years of control, 13 years of enduring as fuel for his will. I am Naruto Uzumaki, he screamed. I've carried this curse for 13 years. I've killed everything I loved. I've destroyed myself to survive, and I will not be controlled by you anymore. Crack, something broke inside him. Not physically, not even spiritually, but fundamentally. The curse shattered, not destroyed, not removed, integrated. The death magic became part of him instead of a foreign affliction, under his control instead of controlling him. And with the life energy balancing it, the death magic stabilized. Light erupted from Naruto's body. Black and gold energy spiraling around him in a double helix, creating a pillar of power that shot at the sky, visible for hundreds of miles. His eyes blazed, the left eye pure black with golden rings, the right eye pure gold with black rings. Yin and yang, death and life. Chakra and death magic fused into a single power source, flowing through his body without conflict. The death aura that had surrounded him for 13 years changed. Instead of killing everything within 20 meters, it became controllable. He could extend it, retract it, focus it, or turn it off completely. For the first time in 13 years, Naruto stood on grass that stayed green beneath his feet. A butterfly flew past his face and lived, landing on his shoulder, wings fluttering gently. Tears streamed down his face. Not from sadness, from pure, overwhelming relief. It worked, he whispered. It actually worked. He looked at his hands, flexed his fingers. Energy crackled around them, black and gold spiraling together, perfectly balanced. For the first time in 13 years, he felt without killing. Joy, relief, hope, love for Hotaru waiting for him, gratitude for Kurama's companionship, even faint affection for Konoha, the village he'd left behind. The curse didn't activate, the death magic didn't respond, it was controlled. Naruto threw his head back and laughed, a sound of pure, unbridled joy that echoed across the battlefield. Below, the allied forces watched in confused awe. What just happened? Kakashi asked. He absorbed the chakra fruit, Shikamaru replied. And somehow he didn't become the Ten Tails Jinchuriki. He became something else, something I don't have words for. Is that good or bad? I don't know, but look, Shikamaru pointed. The grass around him, it's not dead anymore. Indeed, where Naruto stood atop the divine tree, flowers were blooming, life returning to a structure that had been corrupted by death. The balance was real. But before anyone could process this, something else happened. The divine tree shuddered. Black Zetsu, who'd been hiding in its roots, cackled with manic glee. Yes, yes, the fruit has been consumed. The seal can be broken. Crack, crack, crack. Fissures spread across the tree's trunk, glowing with ancient chakra. The tree wasn't dying, it was opening. And from within, something ancient stirred, a presence that predated the Sage of Six Paths, that predated chakra itself. Kaguya Otsutsuki was woken. Naruto felt it, the massive chakra signature manifesting inside the tree. He knew immediately. This was the one Black Zetsu wanted freed. The mother, Zetsu had been trying to revive for centuries. Finally, Zetsu's voice echoed. Finally, after 1,000 years, Mother will return. The tree split open, and she emerged. Pale skin like porcelain, long white hair that flowed like silk, 2 horns protruding from her head, Byakugan eyes with Rin Sharingan pattern, 9 tomoe in a ripple pattern. Kaguya Otsutsuki, the rabbit goddess, mother of chakra. The one who'd consumed the original chakra fruit and become a god. She looked around, seeing the battlefield, seeing the thousands of ninjas, seeing her descendant Madara far below. Then her eyes locked onto Naruto, standing on the tree beside where she'd emerged. Recognition flickered in those ancient eyes. You. Her voice was soft, almost musical, but carried immense power. You carry death magic, Ankh-Seram's curse. That magic shouldn't exist in this dimension. It exists because I exist, Naruto replied, meeting her gaze without fear. He'd consumed the fruit. He had life and death balanced inside him. He was, in this moment, her equal. Kaguya's expression shifted, curiosity mixed with wariness. You consumed the fruit, my fruit, the chakra that rightfully belongs to me. Your fruit? Naruto raised an eyebrow. You consumed the original 1,000 years ago. This one was new, created by the 10 tails I corrupted. It's mine. Everything is mine, Kaguya said, her voice hardening. I am the origin of all chakra, the mother of the Sage of Six Paths. All power in this world traces back to me. Then I'm about to trace outside your world, Naruto replied, because I'm leaving, taking what I need, and you're not stopping me. Kaguya's eyes blazed. Insolent child, you don't understand what you've become, what you've taken. That power will destroy you from within, consume you, turn you into a monster worse than the Ten Tails. I've been a monster for 13 years, Naruto said. This is an upgrade. He turned to leave, preparing to leap off the tree. Kaguya attacked. All killing ash bones. Spikes of bone erupted from her palms, shooting toward Naruto at incredible speed. Each bone was imbued with chakra specifically designed to disintegrate anything it touched. A technique that could kill even tailed beasts instantly. The bones hit Naruto's chest, piercing through his cloak, then stopped. The death magic inside Naruto recognized the chakra-based disintegration technique. Recognized it as similar to his own death magic, a way to unmake matter, to erase existence. And the death magic absorbed it. The bones crumbled to dust. Disintegration technique turned against itself. Kaguya's eyes widened. Impossible! My ash bones can kill anything! Not death itself, Naruto replied. He placed his hand on the divine tree's trunk. I'm done here. Don't try to stop me, or I'll show you what real death looks like. Black and gold energy flooded into the tree through his palm. The massive structure shuddered, roots and branches cracking, as Naruto's power, life and death mixed, tore through it. Living magic deconstruction. The divine tree began to dissolve. Not rot, not burn. Dissolve into pure energy that flowed into Naruto's body, absorbed like the chakra fruit had been. The tree's chakra, the combined energy of all 9 Biju, plus the accumulated life force of thousands of years, flooded into Naruto. His power exploded. Chakra reserves that had been large became enormous. Life energy that had been balanced became overwhelming. Death magic that had been controlled became absolute. Kaguya lunged forward, trying to stop the absorption. No, that tree is my chakra, my power! Naruto caught her wrist with one hand. Black and gold energy spiraled up his arm, across his shoulders, surrounding his entire body in a cloak of pure power. His eyes met hers, and for the first time, Kaguya Otsutsuki, ancient goddess, origin of all chakra, mother of the Sage of Six Paths, felt fear. Living magic absorption. Naruto didn't kill her. He absorbed her, pulled her chakra, her power, her immortality, her essence directly into his body through the point of contact. Kaguya screamed, a sound of pure agony and rage, as her form began to dissolve, white hair turning translucent, pale skin becoming see-through, Byakugan eyes fading. No, I won't return to nothing. I am eternal. I am. You were, Naruto corrected, past tense. The absorption completed. Kaguya's form dissolved into pure white energy that flowed into Naruto's body, merging with his chakra, strengthening his power even further. When it was done, Naruto stood alone atop the dissolving divine tree, glowing with black and gold energy so intense it hurt to look at directly. He had become something beyond human, beyond Jinchuriki, beyond even the Sage of Six Paths. He was life and death incarnate. The perfect balance between creation and destruction. Black Zetsu, still hiding in the tree roots, wailed, "Mother, no, this wasn't supposed to. How did he? Impossible!" Naruto pointed at Zetsu. You're the one who orchestrated all of this, manipulated Madara, manipulated Obito, used the Akatsuki, started this war, all to free your mother. She was supposed to win, Zetsu shrieked. She was supposed to reclaim her power and create the perfect world. Not this. Your plan failed, Naruto said flatly. Your mother is gone, absorbed, part of me now, every memory, every technique, every ounce of power. It's all mine. He raised his hand, black and gold energy crackling. Death orb. The sphere materialized directly above Zetsu's position, pulse. Zetsu's black half screamed as death magic tore through it, erasing the ancient entity that had manipulated history for centuries. The white half tried to flee underground, but the death orb expanded, catching it, consuming it. In 3 seconds, Black Zetsu, the will of Kaguya Otsutsuki, the shadow that had lurked behind every major event for 1,000 years, was gone, erased from existence so completely that not even chakra traces remained. Naruto landed on the battlefield below, the divine tree fully dissolved now, its energy absorbed into his body. 40,000 ninjas stared at him. Madara, one-armed and defeated, stared. Obito, corrupted by death magic, stared. Even Sasuke Uchiha, who'd arrived late to the war with his team, stared. And Naruto felt nothing for them. Not hatred, not affection, not even pity, just indifference. "Your war is over," he announced, voice carrying across the battlefield through wind manipulation. "The Ten Tails is gone. The Divine Tree is gone. Kaguya is gone. Madara and Obito's plans are ruined. Go home." "Wait," someone called. It was Naruto, the other Naruto. The normal one, the one who'd grown up in Konoha, trained with Team 7, saved Gaara, fought Akatsuki. Normal Naruto ran forward. Orange jumpsuit, bright, blue eyes wide. "Who are you? You have my name, my face, but you're..." "I'm Naruto Uzumaki," Naruto replied. "The original, the one who left 13 years ago because of a curse. You're probably a clone, or a replacement, I don't care which." "I'm not a clone," normal Naruto protested. "I'm the real Naruto. I'm the one who..." "Do you have Ankh-Seram's curse?" Naruto interrupted. "Do you kill everything you touch? Have you spent 13 years becoming empty just to survive?" Normal Naruto faltered. "No, but then we're not the same. You're the cheerful hero, the one who makes friends, the one who saves people. I'm the monster who kills them. Different Narutos, different paths." He turned away. "Enjoy your victory. Enjoy your friends. Enjoy the life I never got to have." Black and gold energy swirled around him as he prepared to teleport, a technique he learned from absorbing Kaguya's memories. "Wait!" This voice was Kakashi's. "Naruto, the other Naruto, where are you going?" "To save someone," Naruto replied. "The only person who ever mattered to me. The one I've been trying to save for 5 years." "Is she the girl in the crystal? The one on your back?" Kakashi gestured, then realized the crystal was gone because Hotaru had woken up, was alive, was waiting in the hidden mountain village. "She's not in a crystal anymore," Naruto said. "She's alive, and now that I have control of the curse, I can finally be near her, can finally touch her without killing her, can finally save her completely." He looked at Kakashi, at Sasuke, at normal Naruto, at all the Konoha ninja. "Don't look for me. Don't try to bring me back. I'm not your Hokage, not your hero, not your friend. I'm just someone passing through, taking what I need to save the one I love." "But the Nine Tails," normal Naruto protested. "You're the Jinchuriki. The village needs..." "The village needs nothing from me," Naruto interrupted. "I owe Konoha nothing. They hated me, chased me, called me demon. I left at age 6 because staying meant killing everyone. The village can survive without me. They've done fine for 13 years already." He formed a hand seal, energy spiraling around him. Sasuke stepped forward, Sharingan spinning. "Wait, you removed my curse mark. Back then, 7 years ago, when I attacked you. You saved me from Orochimaru's control." "Why?" Naruto looked at him. "Because you reminded me of someone I failed to save in another life. I didn't want to see another brother consumed by revenge." "Brother?" Sasuke's eyes widened. "You mean..." "Forget about Itachi," Naruto said. "He's dead or dying, doesn't matter which. Don't waste your life chasing vengeance. Live for yourself, not for hatred." Then Naruto vanished, teleporting across space using Kaguya's dimensional technique. He left behind a battlefield full of confused, exhausted ninja, and a legend that would be told for centuries. The day the Black Wizard appeared, absorbed a god, and disappeared again without a trace. Naruto materialized in the hidden mountain village. It was small, maybe 200 people, tucked into a valley surrounded by peaks, invisible to outsiders. And standing in the village square, alerted by the massive chakra signature appearing, was Hotaru. She changed in 3 years, taller, stronger. Her dark hair was longer, tied back in a practical ponytail. She wore simple traveling clothes, practical pants, sturdy boots, a vest with multiple pockets. She looked healthy, vibrant, alive. Beside her, Kurama in wolf form growled at the sudden appearance, then stopped, recognizing the chakra signature. "Kit?" The fox's eyes widened. "Is that you?" Naruto dropped to his knees, energy fading, black and gold aura dimming. He looked at Hotaru across the 10 meters separating them. "I have it," he whispered, voice cracking with emotion he no longer had to suppress. "The cure. I have control. I can be near you now, can touch you, can..." Hotaru's eyes filled with tears. You really did it? The curse is controlled, balanced. I'll never kill by accident again. I promise." Hotaru took one step forward, then another. Closing the distance, Naruto stood watching her approach, terrified and hopeful in equal measure. She walked straight up to him, closing the 10 meters to 5 to 3 to 1. And Naruto's death aura didn't activate. The curse stayed dormant. Hotaru was an arm's length away, close enough to touch, and she was alive, breathing, warm. She reached out slowly, hand trembling, and placed her palm on Naruto's chest, right over his heart. Naruto gasped, feeling her touch. The first time in 13 years he'd been touched by someone he cared about without them dying. "You're warm," Hotaru whispered, tears streaming down her face. "You're real. You're here." Naruto wrapped his arms around her, pulling her close, holding her like she might disappear if he let go. They both cried. 13 years of pain and loneliness and desperation released in that single embrace. Kurama sat back and watched, tails wagging slightly, a smile on his vulpine face. "About damn time, kid." The villagers watched from a distance, not understanding what was happening but respecting the moment. And for the first time in 13 years, Naruto felt peace. 2 weeks later, Naruto and Hotaru sat in a small house on the village outskirts, discussing the future. "I can remove the forbidden jutsu now," Naruto said, examining Hotaru with Kaguya's Byakugan, one of many abilities he'd absorbed. He could see the jutsu, a seal wrapped around her chakra network, suppressing massive power. "With the life and death magic balanced, I can extract it without killing you." "Will it hurt?" Hotaru asked. "Probably, but I'll be as gentle as possible." She nodded, trusting him completely. Naruto placed his hand on her stomach where the seal was centered. Black and gold energy flowed through his palm, penetrating her chakra network with surgical precision. The forbidden jutsu was massive, enough power to level a mountain, maybe multiple mountains. The Tsuchigumo clan had sealed it inside their princess generations ago, a burden passed down through bloodlines. Naruto wrapped his energy around the jutsu, isolating it from Hotaru's chakra, carefully extracting it like removing a tumor. Hotaru gasped, pain spiking, but she held still. Almost there. Naruto's concentration was absolute. Pull. The forbidden jutsu came free, a sphere of pure destructive chakra now floating between Naruto's hands. He absorbed it, taking the chakra into his own reserves, neutralizing the threat. When it was done, Hotaru collapsed against him, exhausted but relieved. "It's gone," she whispered. "I can feel it. The weight I've carried my whole life, it's gone." "You're free," Naruto confirmed. "From the jutsu, from your clan's burden, from everything." They were both free now, both cured, both alive. "What do we do now?" Hotaru asked. Naruto thought about it. "We could go anywhere, do anything. I have enough power to create a kingdom if we wanted. Could carve out our own hidden village, rule as king and queen." "King and queen?" Hotaru laughed. "That sounds exhausting." "Probably. But think about it. A place where people like us, people with curses or burdens, could be safe. Where no one would hunt them or fear them. A paradise protected by absolute power." Hotaru looked at him thoughtfully. "You're serious about this?" "Why not? I've destroyed the Akatsuki, absorbed a goddess, taken power beyond anything this world has seen. I could create something good with it, something meaningful. Instead of just being the black wizard, the monster everyone fears." "Instead of just being that," Naruto agreed. "I'll always be dangerous, always be someone people fear. But maybe I can be someone they respect too. Someone who protects instead of just destroys." Hotaru smiled. "Then let's do it. Find a place, build something beautiful, create the paradise you've dreamed of." 3 months later, deep in the mountains beyond the 5 great nations' territories, in a valley that had been dead, scorched by ancient war, devoid of life, something miraculous happened. Naruto stood in the center of the dead valley, hands pressed to the barren ground. Living magic genesis. Black and gold energy flooded into the earth. Not destructive. Creative. Grass sprouted, flowers bloomed, trees grew. Rising from seedlings to full size in minutes, rivers began to flow, water appearing from nowhere, carving paths through the landscape. And at the center of the valley, Naruto created structures. Not through conventional means, but through pure creation using living magic. A palace of white stone and crystal, beautiful and elegant, with towers reaching toward the sky. Gardens filled with flowers that glowed with bioluminescent light. Crystal bridges arching over rivers. Walls of living stone that grew from the ground, infused with defensive magic that would kill anyone attempting hostile entry. Within a week, the dead valley was transformed into a paradise. A hidden kingdom invisible to outsiders, protected by magic accessible only to those Naruto allowed. Hotaru walked through the gardens, touching flowers that had never existed before, marveling at what Naruto had created. "This is beautiful," she breathed. "It's yours," Naruto replied. "Ours. A place where we can finally be happy." Over the next months, word spread through the underground networks, through the wandering clans, through the forgotten villages. There was a place, a kingdom hidden in the mountains, ruled by the Black Wizard and his queen, where people with curses, with forbidden bloodlines, with powers that made them outcasts, where they were welcome, protected, safe. Slowly, people came. An Uzumaki survivor with sealing powers so strong she'd been hunted. A child born with a mutation that made his touch poisonous. An old man whose genjutsu was so powerful it drove people mad. A girl who could see death, literally see when people would die, making her ostracized. People the world had rejected. People who'd been called monsters. Naruto welcomed them all. In this kingdom, he announced to the growing population, there are no monsters, no demons, no outcasts, only people. We've all suffered, we've all been rejected, but here we're family. The kingdom grew, population reaching 50, then 100, then 200. They called it the Kingdom of Tsuchigumo, named after Hotaru's clan, honoring her heritage. And Naruto and Hotaru, standing on the palace balcony overlooking their kingdom, held hands and watched the sun set over mountains that had once been dead but were now alive. 1 year after the war, Naruto sat in the palace throne room. Though he'd never wanted a throne, the people had insisted. Reading reports, the kingdom was thriving. Agriculture producing more than needed. Trade routes established with neutral villages. Peace maintained through reputation alone. No one attacked the kingdom because everyone knew the Black Wizard protected it. And attacking the Black Wizard was suicide. A messenger entered, bowing. "Your Majesty, there are visitors from Konoha. They request an audience." Naruto sighed. "Let them in." Kakashi Hatake entered, accompanied by Sakura Haruno and Sasuke Uchiha. They looked around the throne room, white stone, crystal chandeliers, living vines growing along walls with visible E. "Naruto," Kakashi said, then corrected. "Your Majesty, we've come to—" "Don't call me that," Naruto interrupted. "Just Naruto is fine. Naruto, then we've come to ask for your help. There's been an incident." "No," Kakashi blinked. "You haven't even heard what?" "The answer is no," Naruto repeated. "Whatever problem Konoha has, solve it yourselves. I'm not your weapon, not your hero, not your anything." Sasuke stepped forward. "It's not about Konoha, it's about—" "I don't care," Naruto said, but his tone softened slightly when he looked at Sasuke. "How are you? Did you find peace after Itachi's death?" Sasuke's jaw clenched. "He died on his own terms, like you said. Came to me, told me the truth about the Uchiha massacre, then passed away. I don't know if I found peace, but I'm trying." "That's all anyone can do," Naruto replied. "Try." Sakura spoke up. "We're not asking you to fight. We're asking to learn. You have knowledge we don't, about curses, about magic. There's a child in Konoha, born with a bloodline that's killing him from the inside. The doctors can't help, but maybe you." Naruto stood, interested now. "A child with a curse? Something like that. His chakra network is attacking his own body. We think it's a mutation, but no one knows how to fix it." Naruto considered. "Then bring him here. I'll examine him. If I can help, I will. If I can't, at least you'll know you tried." Kakashi's visible eye widened. "You'll help? Just like that?" "I'll help a child," Naruto corrected. "I'm not heartless, just selective." 2 days later, they brought the child, a boy, maybe 8 years old, with pale skin and dark circles under his eyes. His chakra network was indeed wrong, turning on itself, cells attacking cells. Naruto examined him with Byakugan vision, seeing the cellular level damage. "It's not a curse. It's an autoimmune disorder caused by a mutation in your chakra pathway system. Your body thinks your own chakra is a foreign invader. Can you fix it?" the child's mother asked desperately. Naruto thought. "Then I can stabilize it, using life magic to reinforce his cells, death magic to kill the attacking cells. Balance the two forces. He'll never be completely healthy, will need periodic treatments, but he'll live." He spent 3 hours performing the procedure, carefully balancing life and death magic to stop the child's body from killing itself. When it was done, the child was breathing easier, color returning to his face. The mother cried, thanking Naruto profusely. Naruto just nodded, uncomfortable with gratitude. Bring him back every 3 months. I'll maintain the treatment. Word spread fast. The black wizard had helped a child, had used his terrible power for good. More people came, not to join the kingdom, but seeking help. Medical cases the villages couldn't solve. Curses no one understood. Seals gone wrong. And Naruto, surprisingly, found himself enjoying it. Using his power to save instead of destroy, to create instead of kill. Hotaru watched him work with growing pride. You're becoming who you were always meant to be, not a monster, a healer. I'm both, Naruto replied. Monster and healer, destroyer and creator, that's what balance means. 2 years after the war, Naruto and Hotaru stood in the palace courtyard, surrounded by 200 of their people, their family, for a ceremony. They were getting married, not for politics, not for alliances, just for love. Pure and simple. The ceremony was traditional Tsuchigumo style. Hand fasting with silver threads, vows spoken under moonlight, witnessed by everyone. Naruto stood in formal robes, black with gold embroidery, a compromise between his dark aesthetic and Hotaru's insistence that he wear something nice. Hotaru wore a white kimono with red accents, hair adorned with crystal flowers. Naruto had grown for her. Kurama, in massive fox form now that the kingdom had space for his true size, presided over the ceremony. Do you, Naruto Uzumaki, take Hotaru Tsuchigumo as your wife? To protect, to cherish, to live with through whatever comes? Naruto looked at Hotaru, seeing the girl who'd stayed when everyone else fled, who trusted him when everyone else feared, who'd waited while he became empty and then found his way back to humanity. I do, he said, voice steady despite the emotion. For as long as I exist, and I'm immortal, so that's a long time, I'll love you, protect you, stand beside you. Kurama turned to Hotaru. And do you, Hotaru Tsuchigumo, take Naruto Uzumaki as your husband, knowing what he is, what he's done, what he's capable of? Hotaru smiled, tears in her eyes. I do. He's a monster and a hero, a destroyer and a creator, and he's mine. I'll stand beside him through everything. Forever. Kurama grinned. Then by the power vested in me as a nine-tailed demon fox who's seen way too much of your sappy romance, I pronounce you husband and wife. Kit, kiss your bride before I gag. Naruto laughed, a genuine sound, and pulled Hotaru close, kissing her deeply while 200 people cheered. That night, there was a feast, food and drink and celebration. Music played, people danced, children ran through the palace halls, and Naruto, sitting beside his wife, watching his people be happy, felt something he thought he'd never feel again, contentment. He'd started as a cursed child, hated and alone, became a monster, killing everything he touched, became empty, destroying himself to survive, then became balanced, taking godlike power and using it to create instead of destroy. And now he was simply Naruto, husband, king, protector, healer, monster when needed, hero when possible, human always. What are you thinking about? Hotaru asked, leaning against his shoulder. How far we've come, Naruto replied. How much has changed, how impossible all of this seemed 13 years ago. Do you regret any of it? The suffering, the emptiness, the people I killed? Naruto considered. I regret the necessity of it. But if I hadn't suffered, I wouldn't have searched. If I hadn't searched, I wouldn't have found the cure. If I hadn't found the cure, I wouldn't have you. So, no, I don't regret it. It was worth it. Hotaru kissed his cheek. Good answer, Your Majesty. Don't call me that. I'll call you whatever I want. I'm the queen. Naruto laughed again, pulling her closer. They sat together, watching their kingdom celebrate, knowing that tomorrow would bring new challenges, new problems, new people seeking help. But for tonight was perfect. 5 years after the war, the kingdom of Tsuchigumo had grown to 500 people. A small nation in its own right, recognized by neutral countries, respected by major villages. Even if they didn't like Naruto, they feared him enough to leave him alone. Naruto stood in the palace gardens, surrounded by children. He'd started a school, teaching orphans and refugees, not just combat, but reading, math, agriculture, medicine. Magic isn't evil, he told a class of 15 students. Power isn't evil, it's how you use it that matters. I have the power to kill nations, but I use it to protect this nation, to heal people, to create life instead of take it. A small girl raised her hand. But you have killed people, right? Lots of people? Naruto didn't lie. Yes, I have. When I had to, when they threatened what I loved, when there was no other choice. Violence is sometimes necessary, but it should never be your first choice. Always try peace first. Try understanding. Try compassion. And only when all else fails, only then use force. The children nodded, absorbing the lesson. After class, Naruto walked through the kingdom, greeting people by name, checking on construction projects, resolving disputes. He'd become a good king despite never wanting to be one. That's fair. Just, willing to listen, and people loved him for it. Not feared him. Okay, some fear, but respect fear, not terror fear. Loved him. At night, he returned to the palace where Hotaru waited with news. I'm pregnant, she said simply. Naruto froze. What? Pregnant. Baby, you're gonna be a father. She smiled. Surprise? Naruto sat down heavily, processing this. But I'm immortal, cursed, how can I? You're balanced now, Hotaru reminded him. Life and death in harmony. Your body works normally, mostly, and mine is completely healed from the forbidden jutsu extraction. So biology happened. Naruto stared at her, then laughed, a sound of pure disbelieving joy. A baby. We're having a baby. Are you happy? Happy? I'm terrified. What if I'm a terrible father? What if the curse comes back? What if... Hotaru placed his hand on her stomach. You'll be a wonderful father. You protect this whole kingdom. You can protect one tiny person. Naruto felt the faint life signature inside her, barely there, just starting to form. A tiny person, he whispered. Our tiny person. 9 months later, the birth was difficult. Hotaru labored for 16 hours while Naruto panicked outside the room, pacing frantically, driving Kurama insane. Kit, calm down. Women give birth every day. She'll be fine. What if she's not? What if something goes wrong? What if... Then you go in there and heal her. You have godlike power. Use it. Finally, a cry. A baby's wail. The midwife emerged, smiling. Congratulations, Your Majesty. It's a boy. Mother and child are both healthy. Naruto ran into the room. Hotaru lay in bed, exhausted but glowing, holding a tiny bundle wrapped in cloth. Meet your son, she said softly. Naruto approached carefully, looking down at the baby, so small, with blonde hair like his and pale eyes like Hotaru's. He's perfect, Naruto whispered, tears streaming down his face. Absolutely perfect. What should we name him? Naruto thought about it. About his own name, inherited from a character in Jiraiya's book. About names he'd heard in dreams from another life. Natsu, Zeref, Mavis. Hikaru, he decided. It means light, because he's the light that came from so much darkness. Hikaru Uzumaki Tsuchigumo, Hotaru tested. I like it. Naruto held his son for the first time, terrified he'd drop him, amazed by how light he was, and he felt the curse stir, felt the death magic notice this tiny life, and immediately suppressed it with practiced control. I will never hurt you, Naruto whispered to Hikaru. I swear it. Everything I've suffered, everything I've done was to reach this moment, to have this, a family, a home, peace. The baby grabbed Naruto's finger with a tiny hand. And Naruto, the black wizard, the monster who'd killed hundreds, the cursed immortal who'd absorbed a goddess, he cried like the scared child he'd once been, grateful beyond words for the chance to be happy. 10 years after the war, Naruto stood on the palace balcony, watching the sun rise over his kingdom. The kingdom of Tsuchigumo had grown to over 1,000 people. A true nation now, with trade agreements, defensive pacts, diplomatic relations. His son Hikaru, now 9 years old, trained in the courtyard below with Kurama, learning to harness the balanced power he'd inherited. Not pure death magic, not pure life magic, but a blend of both. Hotaru stood beside Naruto, their second child, a daughter named Akari on her hip. You're thinking about the past again, Hotaru observed. Always, Naruto admitted, remembering what I was, what I became, how close I came to losing everything. But you didn't. You won. You survived. You thrived. We thrived, Naruto corrected. Together. Below, Hikaru successfully created a small flower using living magic, then accidentally killed it with death magic, then created it again, learning balance. Kurama laughed. Just like your father, stubborn brat. Naruto smiled. He'll be stronger than me. Better. He won't have to suffer what I did. He has control from birth, has parents who love him, has a kingdom that accepts him. He has a good father, Hotaru said. I'm not. You are, she interrupted. Stop denying it. You've built a paradise from ashes, protected hundreds of people, raised a son who's kind and powerful. You're not the black wizard anymore. You're King Naruto, father, husband, hero to everyone here. Naruto looked at his hands, once stained with countless deaths, now used to create life, to heal wounds, to hold his children. I'm not a hero, he said quietly. Heroes don't kill as many people as I have, don't do the things I've done. Then you're a hero despite that, Hotaru replied. The best kind. In the distance, visitors approached the kingdom gates. More refugees, more people seeking sanctuary. Naruto would greet them, as he always did, would listen to their stories, would offer them home. Because that's what he built. A place for the broken, the cursed, the outcast. A place where monsters could become human again, where death could become life, where a boy cursed to kill everything he loved could finally, after 13 years of suffering, simply be happy. And as the sun rose fully, bathing the kingdom in golden light, Naruto whispered the words he'd once thought impossible. I'm happy. The end.
That was a hell of a ride, wasn't it? If you dig this darker, twisted timeline, smash that subscribe button right now. I'm cooking up more crossover madness that'll blow your mind. Don't sleep on what's coming next. Join the squad, and let's keep breaking the anime multiverse. Peace.